his run in the playoff, Howard was the best quarterback in the tournament, and that had to turn some heads in the NFL. I'm Maggie Gray.
At Fisher Investments, we may seem like other money managers, but we're different.
What makes you so different than the rest of us?
We ensure clients receive unparalleled service at every step of the relationship.
Tell me more.
Our investment counselors focus on service over sales, prioritizing clients' needs.
How do you make money?
We don't sell any commission-based products. We have a simple management fee based on the value of our client's portfolio. So we do better when our clients do better.
What about client portfolios?
We get to know each client, their finances, family, health, lifestyle, and more, and then we tailor a portfolio based on their specific goals and needs.
Your clients really come first then, huh?
Yes, we make them a top priority. Our goal is helping them achieve a comfortable retirement.
Wow, maybe we are different.
At Fisher Investments, we're clearly different. Learn more at FisherInvestments.com.
Investing in securities involves the risk of loss.
Hey, East Tennessee, it's Jake Newton at West Knoxville Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram. New Ram trucks as much as $20,000 off MSRP.
Fires the ball down the middle, Jason Swain!
It's time to kick off 3 hours of fair and honest discussions that go beyond the headlines of today's sports news.
And for a Tennessee touchdown!
From the Budweiser studios of 99.1 The Sports Animal, here are a couple of guys with over 30 years of combined knowledge of Tennessee sports. Here's Josh and Swain.
Good Tuesday afternoon. Welcome in to Josh and Swain. Thank you for being with us today. We are very excited to be with you for the next 3 hours. We have a lot to talk about. It is a game day for Tennessee basketball. The Vols will be in action tonight at home against Mississippi State. 7 o'clock tip-off. We'll have Vol Network coverage at 6:30. There was a national championship game last night. Ohio State won. The Buckeyes are the champions for the 2024 season. We are on to 2025 in the discussion, as has been the case locally for the last few weeks, but that's the case for everybody. So we have more top 25s, over-unders on win totals, betting markets telling us what to think about next year already. We'll get to that, and we'll talk to you. 865-656-9900. That's how you can join us. You can call or text 865-656-9900 to be a part of today's show. VFL Ron Slay will join us 1 hour from now. We'll be on the sleigh ride from 1 until 2 o'clock talking to Ron about last week. The Vols going 1-1 again in SEC play tonight. The Vols getting ready for Mississippi State, and then Saturday going to Auburn to take on Bruce Pearl's Tigers. We'll have a lot to cover. Jason Swain, VFL, fan of the Chicago Bears, who now have a new head coach. How are you?
I'm good, man. I'm good. I think we should be asking you, how are you doing?
Better than ever.
I'm glad, Josh.
Better than ever.
Glad, because, if I were you, I would not be feeling that way.
Is that right?
Yeah, man, you add Tom Brady, 7-time Super Bowl champion, to the organization.
Right.
Don't have a quarterback currently, and Tom Brady spent all this time video conferencing with Ben Johnson, the former Lions OC, trying to get him to come to Las Vegas. And it was noted that he would only go to a place that had certain things in place that he was looking for from an organizational standpoint, alignment, culture. And even Tom Brady couldn't recruit him to Las Vegas. Instead, he's with Chicago.
Well, my understanding was that the Raiders decided that he wouldn't be the right fit.
That's what the Raiders decided?
What else could it be?
Huh. Well, I think he just said no to the Raiders and said yes to the Bears. I thought that's what it was. I didn't think the Raiders told him no.
Well, if you want to tell yourself that to make you feel better about your own team's outcome, that's perfectly fine. I'm not going to fight you on that.
It's a new day. in Chicago, my man. It's a new day.
It's a very cold day in Chicago, but
It was a good day to wear my Chicago Bears gear.
Yep.
You know, I haven't worn it this season. You
How
know,
come?
It was it was put up in the bin. It was a present, Christmas present from my kids and wife a couple of years ago. You know, I would hate not to wear something they gave me as
that's
a
good of
present.
you.
So
That's good of you.
yeah.
Swain is wearing that on our YouTube channel. You can watch there today. Stop by the 99.1 Sports Animal YouTube channel. Would love for you to subscribe when you do, like when you watch, and chat. We have the chat box that's open during the show as well. We'll chat about what happened last night. Ohio State won the national championship. Got tight late. Notre Dame cut the lead to 8. Needed to get a stop. They were 1 third down stop away from getting the football back, and then Ohio State said, Jeremiah Smith on the outside, here comes the football. He made the catch. They kicked a field goal. They win by 11, and Ohio State is the national champion. Ohio State won all 4 playoff games by double digits.
Yeah, yesterday we talked about this matchup and who would win, and it was hard for me to pick Notre Dame knowing that Notre Dame was going to play man-to-man a lot, and Riley Leonard just doesn't have the arsenal passing the football that can go toe-to-toe with Ohio State. And for those reasons, I thought Ohio State would cruise. And, for a little bit of that game early, they did. And kudos to the Irish for fighting back, making plays late to make the game within reach. But why would you play cover 0 against Jeremiah Smith? Like, well, why? I mean, didn't even play cover 1 where you have some help. You can play a little outside technique and get a little help from the inside, or play straight up. Maybe play slightly inside, but you have help inside cover 1. Cover 0, you have 0 help. And so you're asking one person to guard Jeremiah Smith vertically and about 15, 20 yards horizontally. That's a hard ask. I know it's cover 0, so the quarterback didn't have much time, but that was a tough position to put your corner in. And he had about 2 or 3 yards separation after he released downfield off the DB with a good stem route to the inside. The DB never touched him. I mean, it was pitch and catch. It was really like routes versus air. So interesting call there late, but Ohio State made the play to win.
The rightful champions.
Absolutely.
They prove they're the best team in the country.
Absolutely. Yeah, no question. The best team won. The team with the most talent won, and that's the way it's been for a long time in college football. It's the way it's been, man.
The AP poll says that Tennessee is the number 9 team in the country to close out the season.
I'll take it. I'll take that consolation prize for sure. Top 10 finish. I'll take it.
Second top 10 finish in the last 3 years. Third straight season finishing in the top 25 for the Tennessee Volunteers.
Yeah, it's a good step. It's a good step. When you look at where this program was a couple years ago and where we are now, it's a good step. Now it's about making the next step. I think every college football fan watching last night was thinking to themselves, how can my team be there? Like, if you're not watching that game thinking that, like, what are you doing? If you are a coach in the SEC or outside the SEC and you have resources to win a championship, if you're not thinking, watching that game, how can I put my team in position to do that, then you'll need to be the coach. You'll need to be coaching. So the Clemsons, the Texas, the Tennessees, the Florida States, the Alabamas, the Auburns, the Floridas, all those teams plus some, watching that game last night should have been like, what do we need to do to be in that position?
What's the first answer to that?
Get talent. It's always the first answer. Get better players. That's always the answer. Always. Always will be the first answer.
The players are always the ones that play the games.
Yep. And then how can you empower them help them reach their goals, help them be the best version of themselves, put them in position to be successful. That's the next thing. Because when you do that, you win and you win automatically. If you make it about yourself, things can get tricky. But this is why we had this conversation about who to root for. Like I like Ryan Day, I like Marcus Freeman, and Marcus Freeman came up a little bit short, but he'll be making another run at it again. But you heard Ryan Day's comments after the game, and he talked about his focus helping guys achieve their goals. And when you do that, when you help enough people get what they want, you get what you want. That's Zig Ziglar right there. And Ryan Day did that. He helped enough of his players get what they want, and in turn, he got what he wanted, which was a national championship. That's the way it's supposed to be. But it starts with talent, though. You got to go get talent first. I was looking at, Notre Dame's offensive line, because that's the reason why they had a chance. That's the reason why they were in this position, right, to be able to go beat Georgia on the road. Trenches, Notre Dame is one of the best in the country. Well, you go and look at Notre Dame and their starting offensive line, and they got some guys that are ranked high on the line. But I was looking to see, hey, man, they just go to the portal and get players? No, man. A lot of their guys on the offensive line were players that came in, didn't play as freshmen, played a little bit as a sophomore, but was developed. And when it came time to make a run, which was this year, they were ready to go. That offensive line for Notre Dame gave them a chance with how they drove the ball the first possession, kept the ball away from Ohio State, how they were able to push people around all season long. That offensive line was dang good for Notre Dame this year. But they didn't have to go to the portal, man. All five of those starters, most of those guys that played this year were guys that Notre Dame went to go see and say, you know what, we can make this player a good player for us. He could be a championship-level player for us. We can develop him into a player that when it's time for him to play his sophomore year, or redshirt sophomore year, or redshirt freshman year, or whatever, they can lead us to a championship. And they nailed it with the offensive line.
You build through recruiting. You recruit
man,
the talent,
100%.
you develop the talent, then you supplement through the portal.
Yeah, man, 100%. So
Because both of those teams last night, they had portal transfers that were on display and played a big role. Ohio State and Notre Dame were both led at quarterback by transfers. Next year, right now, the projected starters are on the roster.
yeah,
And expected to take the next step. That can always change, I know. But Quinshon Judkins, Caleb Downs, those are big-time talents. But Ibuka signed. Jeremiah Smith signed. Carnell Tate, Jack Sawyer. So many players that stepped up and developed over the last 3 to 4 years. That senior class, Burke and JTT and Sawyer and Ibuka, Henderson, Travion Henderson, were all in that class that they decided to come back for one more year as seniors. They're supremely talented. They developed in the program, and they led Ohio State to a national title.
I think if you're watching that game, of course you want to say, well, let's go do what Ohio State did. Okay, easier said than done. That's the most valuable program in the country, valued over $1 billion. But you can do what Notre Dame did. Like, there are more schools out here that can follow the Notre Dame footprint of doing a really good job of evaluating, developing, getting a quarterback, making sure the quarterback is on point, which Notre Dame went out and got Riley Leonard, who did a great job at Duke, and then putting together some dudes on defense here and there, homegrown guys, and then supplementing through the portal, and then having a coach and the staff that brings the best out of those players. Like Al Golden is a former head coach, and he may not be there long because Cincinnati Bengals want to talk to him and maybe want to hire him. But, like, remember when Clemson won the championship and beat Alabama? Like, that was the best thing for college football at the time because there's only one Nick Saban. And Nick Saban had the game on lock with how he was recruiting. It's hard to duplicate what Nick Saban was doing in Alabama. But when Dabo won and beat Alabama, it's like, oh, okay, we can do that better or more likely than doing what Nick Saban, Alabama's doing. So I think with Notre Dame getting to the championship game, I think there's a lot of schools who are saying, hey, man, we can follow the Marcus Freeman blueprint probably a little bit easier than the Ryan Day footprint, because not everyone has $25 million per year to spend on the roster.
Yeah, you also, and we'll continue the conversation. We'll come back to it and ask you as well. What'd you take away from last night? What'd you learn seeing Ohio State win the national championship as Tennessee and a lot of other teams out there are trying to say, we got to get there. We need to catch up with where Ohio State is. What do you take away from last night? 865-656-9900 to join us right here on Josh and Swain.
They say the best things in life are free. Streaming 99.1, the sports animal proves it.
Homeowners, when you need someone to come to your house and take a look at maybe an issue or a problem, you want someone that's professional, experienced, and trustworthy. Well, you get that with Hiller Plumbing, Heating, Cooling, and Electrical. They've been in business since 1990. They're family-owned and operated. They make sure to take care of the customer on every job, every time, and they stand behind their work. 100% satisfaction of happy you'll be, or the service is free. If a customer isn't pleased with the work performed, Hiller will make sure to make it right. One thing I love is the true transparency pricing. That means that Hiller will line item what every part of the job is up front, so homeowners can easily understand what you're paying for and why. For example, itemizing parts and labor separately. There's no hidden fees, no added costs, no surprises when you get your bill. They don't just find things to fix. They only suggest repairs you actually need. For more details, visit my friends online at happyhiller.com.
This has been a paid announcement.
You run a great local business. Unfortunately, it's buried on page 15 when people search for your service online. Thankfully, there's Cumulus Boost. Cumulus Boost helps your business increase your online presence. Don't get overshadowed by large corporations when your neighbors need your business the most. You work too hard to go unnoticed. Get a boost with Cumulus Boost today at cumulusboost.com. That's CUMULUS boost.com.
Fort Sanders Health and Fitness is now Covenant Health Fitness Center. Same great service, new name, no long-term contracts. Visit us at Pellissippi Parkway and Kingston Pike for a free 3-day trial. Visit covenanthealth.com/fitness-center or call 531-5000.
Wow, these bank fees are flat out ridiculous. And forget about trying to get a car or home loan. So, you do your banking with, Sharon?
Me? I don't.
You don't use a bank?
No.
So what do you, like, save your money under a mattress? Bury it in the backyard? Or maybe you borrow from some rich relative when you need a loan?
No, nothing like that. I do credit unioning.
Wait, what? Credit unioning? What the heck's that?
It's kind of like banking, but so much better. Especially if you use Alcoa 10 Federal Credit Union.
Need a home loan to buy, build, or remodel the home of your dreams, but not sure what loan option is right for you? Alcoa 10 can help. Their lending team can assist you in finding the solution that best fits your needs. Alcoa 10 Federal Credit Union, the clear choice. Your less red tape banking alternative. Go to atfcu.com for details. Member NCUA, an equal housing lender.
Join Tyler and Will Thursday at Whitehead Auto Sales, 7117 Chapin Highway. Voted number 1 in Blount County for 4 years straight and now serving South Knoxville. Come see the deals Whitehead Auto Sales have that's better than all the rest. Chapin Highway this Thursday with The Sports Animal.
Join 99.1 The Sports Animal with Tyler and Will live 3 to 7 on Wednesday at the Bed Store in Lenoir City. The Bed Store has 7 convenient area locations with brands like Tempur-Pedic, Stearns & Foster, and Sealy. Shop mattresses, accessories, and get free delivery.
Join 99.1 The Sports Animal this Sunday morning at 10 a.m. for the NFL Report. John Wilkerson and a rotating group of the Sports Animal staff discuss the games, players, trades, and injuries that make the NFL the most popular pro sport in the country. For over 20 years, the NFL Report is the place to start your pro football Sunday. This week, join the NFL Report live at Lakeside Tavern, 10911 Concord Park Drive in Knoxville.
Need a new roof? You need Mo Shingles. Need new siding? You need Mo Shingles. Mo Shingles, locally owned and operated with an A+ Better Business Bureau rating and over 100 5-star reviews. Free estimates, moshingles.com, 770-0506.
The hottest sports stories of the day broken down to their very core with honest, informed opinions. Here's Josh and Swain on The Sports Animal.
Welcome back into Josh and Swain. Thank you for being with us. What'd you take away from seeing Ohio State win the national championship last night, beating Notre Dame 31-20? Ohio State, 34-23 was the final in last night's national championship game. So Ohio State cruises through the playoff, beating Tennessee, Oregon, Texas, and Notre Dame to win the national championship. In the text box, this message says, I feel like other than better players, we need better player-led leadership. Could be wrong, but this year I felt like there was no leader defensively. Would love a guy like Jack Sawyer. That's what I took away from it.
Yeah. I would agree with that. I mean, you always want more leadership, and I don't know if there was anybody on the defensive side that displayed leadership like Jack Sawyer. And listen, everybody leads in their own way. You have guys that lead by example, guys that are vocal, but Jack Sawyer seems like a guy who did both. And yeah, like you want more of those guys on your roster. I mean, I think leadership can improve on the squad. I think discipline needs to improve, not just on one side of the football, but both sides. When you look at the penalties each and every year. So yeah, I mean, I would agree with that.
Chip says, last night showed us that whoever has the most money to spend will more than likely win a championship. Big bank over little bank.
Well, Texas, they have a lot of money too, and they got beat by multiple scores, and so A&M, they got a lot of money. Texas A&M got a lot of money, and they were not in the picture. Now, having a lot of money gives you a chance, but I mean, those guys are spending a lot of money too.
You also have to spend money on the right guys.
Bingo.
If you spend big money on a guy that's not going to live up to that number or produce the results that you need, well, then you're just saying you spent money to keep up, but you're not actually doing it on the field.
Well,
like Caleb Downs, I'm sure, got a big number to go to Ohio State. Quinshon Judkins probably got a big number for his position. Those guys showed up, and they were all that Ohio State hoped they would be.
I mean, you're being generous in what you're saying, because if you're not spending money on the right player, you're actually wasting money.
Yeah.
Like, that's what it is. Like, you're wasting money if you don't compensate the right guy correctly. Not only are you doing that, but you are potentially creating an issue or imbalance inside your locker room if someone who's more productive finds out that you're paying someone not to play, or you're paying someone in a lot of money and they're not doing anything out there in the football field. So, yeah, like that's the potential issue that you can create. So, yeah, it's important to pay the right people the right amount.
Ohio State's obviously spending a lot of money, but there are other schools that could call when they're in on a transfer target, and that player's not going to listen, because if he wants to go to Ohio State, he knows the money's going to be at least comparable, maybe the best, but they want to go to Ohio State. Tennessee's in a pretty good position in terms of attracting transfers. They need to improve in how attractive they are to transfers.
Yeah, 100%.
I mean, you still have to recruit. You still have to recruit high school players, and you still have to recruit transfers to come in.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, there's a number of.
I just think there's this idea that, well, Ohio State bought all its players. they're paying their players a lot of money. They also have the most talent. Those players are worth that money more so than other players probably are at other schools getting similar money.
Well,
like I'll give a couple of examples without naming names exactly. Tennessee probably had a couple of offensive linemen that were making as much or more than some of Ohio State's offensive linemen. Those guys weren't going to start at Ohio State.
Correct.
That's kind of what I'm talking about. Like, you can spend the money, but if you're not spending it on the right players that are going to ultimately get you where you want to go, then what are we talking about? Are we complaining about the money, or are we complaining about the level of player you're getting?
Well, I find the statement, "Oh, Ohio State just paid for their roster." Yeah, everybody has paid for their roster,
right?
So I mean, what are we saying here? Like Ohio State, and then the fact that Ohio State is like denying it. Like, why are we denying it? I heard Kurt Herbstreit and Desmond Howard having a conversation about, no, well, that's not necessarily. Yeah, that's what it is.
Yeah, the conversation around it's so weird.
Yeah,
still.
like, it's so weird. Like, if you pay your player to come to your school, you bought that player. If you pay that player to stay at your school, you bought that player. If you have a team full of players like that, you bought your team. So why are we shying away from the phrase that you bought your team? Everyone bought their team. It's just that there are some schools who've been more efficient, meaning they're paying the right people the right amount. They're doing a better job of evaluating. They're doing a better job of coaching. They're doing a better job of developing. They're doing a better job of scheming. They're doing a better job of in-game coaching.
Yeah.
Like, that's what separates the good teams from the average teams, the great teams from the good teams, the champions from the non-champions. That's what separates you.
Yeah. How you describe it is I guess, whatever. I think coaches probably view the term bought a team, meaning they didn't have to put in the work to get those guys. That's probably why the idea of buying somebody, like, you wouldn't say you bought a staff. You hired a staff. You compensated them.
Mm-hmm.
So, but buying a team, that's a common phrase. We use it in pro sports, and now it's a part of college sports, because college sports is professional sports, just in a different realm.
But the denial,
is
so weird to me.
Yeah, it's the whole conversation is weird.
It's weird
in terms of how money works, because it's secretive and it's all very strange. They're being paid to play, but it's called NIL deals. And
but if you got money, you've been bought, and that's okay. Why are we shying away from it? Like, I don't even like calling it NIL anymore, because it's not NIL.
Right.
So, like, why are we shying away from? Because here's the thing that bothers me. Everybody wants truth. Everyone loves using the word. Everyone loves throwing the word around.
Right.
But do you really want the truth? Well, if you want the truth, start calling it what it really is. It ain't NIL. It's pay for play.
Right. People want affirmation.
Yeah, like, if you want truth, be willing to tell it.
Yeah. Tony says, I think we have to spend more to be able to compete. It's not about the X's and O's.
It is about the X's and O's.
We need the Jimmies and Joes to win.
It's about both.
You need both.
It's about both.
Yeah.
It's
You need
about
both. Because the X's and O's were drawn up incorrectly against Michigan. And Ryan Day and Chip Kelly said exactly that. They said, we screwed up.
Yeah.
We put our players in the wrong positions. We called a bad game.
Yep.
And players made some mistakes. Will Howard's interceptions were no good, missed field goals. There still was a way for the X's and O's to be that, and them still beat Michigan because the players were that good. But if the X's and O's were right, the Jimmies and Joes would have won by 3 touchdowns.
Correct.
But that they said, okay, we made that mistake. We won't in the playoff, and they went out and they hammered everybody for the most part. So you're correct, but again, I still come back to, you have to evaluate right, you have to recruit correctly, you have to make your program attractive enough to where they want to accept your dollars versus the other schools, because Tennessee's not going to just go outspend Texas A&M. My guess is Alabama in the future, Ohio State, Michigan. Look what they just did to get Underwood, Oregon, and a few others. So that's a part of it. You, of course, have to be competitive. That's always been the case. That always will be the case. You have to be competitive financially, but it has to be more than that.
Yeah. Yeah. Throwing money at it is just is not the solution for Tennessee. Like, not at this point. You got some players, and we talked about this a couple of days ago. You got some young players that were compensated to come here.
Mm-hmm.
They need to play. Like, if you're going to pay them that amount to come here, and you have players that are playing that's making less than the guys who are not playing, then that's not ideal in any situation or any team. So the pressure is on all these schools to win on signing day, but you have to pay for those recruiting classes. So you got to pay for the freshmen, and then you have to pay for retention of that roster, and then you have to pay to close any holes through the portal. So there's 3 reasons or 3 levels that you have to cover when you are paying these players. You got to pay out of high school. You got to pay the good ones to keep them. Like, you got to pay guys like Jamal McCoy and Boo Carter and Arion Carter and other guys that play well for you. You got to pay them to keep them. And then the holes that you have created, whether they're your fault or not your fault, whether guys graduated, went to the NFL, or guys just hit the portal, whatever. Like, whatever the reason is, and you don't want it to be your fault. Your fault means you messed up and you didn't recruit a position the right way, and you struck out on a couple of guys, and now you got both butt cheeks out, and you're trying to cover it real quick for the player for the portal.
You don't want both of them out.
Yeah, you don't want both of them out. One of them was okay, but like both butt cheeks, you don't want both of them out. And when that happens, you have to go to the portal and you have to overpay, because those players know that you don't have the players. They know that you're desperate, and they're going to charge you for it. They're going to charge you. It's supply and demand. They're going to charge you for it. So the best approach is look at both teams that played in the championship game last night. Both teams did a really good job evaluating, recruiting, developing. And you didn't have a ton of guys leaving, which meant you paid those guys. You pay for retention.
Mm-hmm.
Because of that, you were able to use that money that you didn't blow or waste. You were able to use that money on guys like Caleb Downs or guys like Riley Leonard or other transfers that come in and make a big impact and just plug one hole. You can't count on the portal to plug multiple holes that were created because you didn't do the best job of evaluating, recruiting, and developing.
We'll continue the conversation, 865-656-9900 to be a part of it. Ohio State is the national champ. Tennessee and many others go for what Ohio State was able to pull off last night into 2025 and beyond. What do you think? We'll continue the conversation. Ron Slay at 1 o'clock right here on Josh and Swain.
Bring a whole new meaning to your backyard barbecue with a new deck. Tennessee Home is your local trusted deck and fencing specialist. Call today for a free, no-pressure design appointment at 865-304-0955 or visit them online, TennesseeHome.us.
The great thing about sports is it never stops. Here's another 60-second sports minute on the Sports Animal.
Ohio State is the college football playoff national champion after defeating Notre Dame 34-23 in Atlanta last night. Will Howard with 231 yards through the air and a pair of scores. Quinshon Judkins 100 yards on the ground and 2 touchdown runs as the Buckeyes win their first national championship since 2014. The 6th-ranked Tennessee Volunteers are at home tonight against 14th-ranked Mississippi State in a top 15 SEC showdown. The Vols are coming off a close loss to Vanderbilt over the weekend. Tip-off tonight is at 7 o'clock. Coverage begins at 6:30 right here on The Sports Animal. Other ranked teams in action tonight at 7 o'clock. Number 4 Alabama takes on Vanderbilt. 19th ranked UConn battles Butler. At 7:30, number 11 Purdue hosts Ohio State. 8 o'clock, number 3 Iowa State hosts UCF. Number 10 Marquette visits Seton Hall. At 9 o'clock, number 22 Missouri visits Texas. Number 23 West Virginia hosts Arizona State. I'm Joel Silverberg.
Hey, it's Josh. If you need a truck, if you're in the market for a truck or will be, you need to check out what Ted Russell Ford has available right now at the 2 locations available for you here in Knoxville on Parkside Drive and Kingston Pike. They have big savings on 2024 Ford F-150s and different options on the lot, different combinations that are available in the Ford F-150 lineup that you can check out right now. You can go to the website, tedrussellford.net. I'm looking at new 2024 Ford Maverick XL options that are available, 25 trucks that are already in place. You can also save and find interest rates as low as 0% on a 2024 Ford F-150 Lightning. If you're interested in an electric vehicle, see what Ted Russell Ford can do for you. The new 2024 Ford Bronco. Save low interest rates that are available right now. You can shop on Parkside Drive or on Kingston Pike. When we purchased our vehicles, we began shopping online, then went in person to pick out our vehicles. You can go right now online to tedrussellford.net.
This has been a paid announcement.
Hey, this is Heather Harrington for my favorite jewelry store, TK Wheeler Jewelers, located on South Illinois Avenue in Oak Ridge, right there next to the Outback Steakhouse. My man TK has been in business for decades, and he knows what jewelry is going to stand the test of time. He doesn't get caught up in all the trends. He knows that gold and diamonds, they just can't be beat. And he's got a huge selection of bridal and non-bridal diamond jewelry, because why do you have to wait till you're married to wear diamonds? You don't at TK Wheeler Jewelers. Everything from diamond pendant necklaces where the diamond's just floating around and sparkling in the center of your chest, or a beautiful diamond tennis bracelet that catches the sun every time you move your arm. Or one of my dream pieces at TK Wheeler Jewelers, the inside-outside diamond hoop earrings where, you guessed it, the diamonds are inside and out. Oh, they are just stunning. Celebrate life's biggest moments with a beautiful piece of jewelry from the one and only TK Wheeler Jewelers.
This has been a paid announcement.
Tennessee fans, SEC action is underway at the Food City Center for Vol Hoops.
Fires a three over the top and hits from the left wing.
Multiple games are already sold out. Don't wait to get your tickets to catch the Vols in action with exciting SEC matchups in the Food City Center this season.
Gets the outlet pass and slams at the other end. Relentless pursuit of the basketball by Tennessee.
Don't wait. Tickets are going fast, so buy them today and join the fun. Visit allvols.com.
Right now at Wendy's, get 2 of these fave items for just $7. The spicier classic chicken sandwich, Dave's single, or 10-piece nugs. It's an incredible deal, but an insanely difficult choice. Do you go double chicky sando, both spicy and classic, 1 beefy and 1 chicky? Or maybe you go all in on one and go Nug Max. 2 faves for just $7? Gotta be Wendy's.
At participating Wendy's for a limited time only. Select a request 2 for $7 deal to redeem. Not valid in a combo or with saucy nugs. Single item at regular price. Prices may be higher in Alaska and Hawaii.
Lowe's knows how to help make your Super Bowl 59 party a touchdown. Let us help you prep your home to host with top brands like Charbroil, Blackstone, and LG, so you can be the MVP of game day. Plus, use the Lowe's app to find what you need for a seamless shopping run. Or huddle up with our Lowe's Red Vest associates to help make all your game time hosting decisions.
Are you noticing cracks in your foundation walls, moisture in your crawl space, water in your basement, or sunken concrete in your driveway or sidewalk? If so, these are classic signs of foundation and settlement issues. You need a local repair team that can solve the problem with a lasting solution. United Structural Systems has been keeping homes dry and stable in Tennessee for over 30 years. For peace of mind, schedule your free inspection with USS at USSTN.com. Go Vols!
This report is sponsored by Positive Coaching Alliance.
Got issues with youth or high school sports? Positive Coaching Alliance can help. PCA, a national nonprofit, offers more than 1,000 free online resources for youth and high school sports coaches, parents, students, and administrators. Visit PCADevZone.org.
The dangerously cold conditions continue. Make sure you're limiting time outside, really covering up that skin as we only warm to 25 today, mostly cloudy, dropping a few flurries with a cold wind out of the northeast at 5 to 10 miles per hour. Even colder tonight as the sky clears down to 9 degrees. From the WVLT First Alert Weather Center, I'm Chief Meteorologist Heather Haley.
I've been hearing about this internet thing. Anything to it?
Yeah, boss. We had Cumulus Digital design and run our website.
Will an internet help our sales?
Already has. Plus, Cumulus Digital helps us rank high on search engines.
Whoa, one thing at a time, Johnson.
CumulusDigital.com.
Josh and Swain on 99.1 The Sports Animal. Once again, voted one of the top 25 sports midday shows in America by Barrett Sports Media.
Back on Josh and Swain. Thanks for being with us. John in the text box just turned on the radio. First thing I hear is you don't want both butt cheeks out.
That's right.
I think everybody's going to agree.
Especially this weather.
Dirt says seamless transition from NIL to butt cheeks and back again.
That's right.
Keep them covered up.
Got to cover the cheeks.
Some rules you just got to live by.
That's
Stick
right.
to them. Without rules, there's chaos.
That's right. That's right. You don't want to be desperate, man.
So do you watch Ohio State perform the way it did last night, the way it did over the last few weeks, and think, well, kudos to you? Do you watch and think, well, I'm jealous of that? What do you think when you watch it?
I'm always jealous.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm always jealous when another team is doing what I want my team to do, and that's win a championship. I was jealous in basketball, watching UConn win last year. I wasn't jealous in baseball, though.
Tennessee baseball. They had the Jimmies and Joes. They're getting them, right?
Absolutely. But yeah, I'm always jealous. I want that for us. I want that for me. Heck yeah. I want nice things too. And we had nice things, in baseball. It was awesome, man. Because I know LSU fans and Vanderbilt fans and Florida fans, Arkansas. Definitely Arkansas fans.
Mm.
They wanted what we had.
And Tennessee winning a national championship, I think, has even increased how attractive it is to big-time prospects out there.
Very attractive.
And Tennessee's done a great job the last few years, Tony Vitello, all that they've done in recruiting. But you win the national title, you've elevated your stats. Get to the World Series multiple times. They've done that already, and then you win the national title. That's part of it, too. By the way, Tennessee is in an enviable position to a lot of programs out there. A lot of programs out there would like to be having the conversation we're having in Knoxville about, okay, what needs to happen next to get to the national title level? Because most programs are talking about, okay, how do we even broach any kind of conversation? How do we get to the playoff? That's where Tennessee was 3 years ago, right? How does Tennessee get to where they're a top 25, maybe top 10 level team? Tennessee's there now. Now it's about, okay, how do they get from this spot to being one of those top 2 or 3 programs in the country? Because there is a gap that exists there, too. 1, 2, 3, and a gap between, maybe you go 4 or 5, but not farther than that, between the teams that are 7 through 12 to 15. Tennessee's ranked number 9 in the final AP poll. They were ranked 8th in the college football playoff going into it. There's a gap between being the best team and being the 7th or 8th best team. There has been for as long as I can remember, and I would expect there will still be for the foreseeable future in terms of talent and what you really are at your best.
Yeah, I mean, this year was an opportunity. This past year, it was a year to make a run with experienced fronts. And you look at the teams that were in the Final Four, and those were experienced fronts. Those were guys that either were recruited, developed, maybe redshirted their first year, or guys that came in from another school. But you didn't see young offensive line units or young defensive line units. It's just really hard to expect a young group to be able to compete with guys 2 or 3 years older that's been in the weight room, in their weight room programs longer. And so, as you look at the upcoming offensive line, defensive line, it's hard to say, all right, this is a team that's going to make another run for a championship. But I do look at some of the pieces that we have that are young, and you say, all right, man, maybe 26 may be the year that you're able to make a run for a championship. Because I just feel like you got to have that experience up front on both sides to really have a shot.
Yeah, Tennessee had great depth on the defensive line. They need more probably high-end guys. Okay, so here's some data. Put it into numbers of what Ohio State had, what Tennessee needs to get to. So you saw this from Jim Nagy, right, of the Senior Bowl. He's great. I think he's going to be running an NFL team in the next few years. I wouldn't be surprised by that. He's being linked to the Titans job, maybe being an assistant to the GM. Anyway, Jim Nagy, he runs the Senior Bowl. He's worked in NFL front offices previously.
Don't do it, Jim.
He shared this. This marks the 6th straight year where the school with the most NFL draft picks wins the FBS title. Obviously, the draft has not taken place yet. It's a safe bet that Ohio State will have the most players selected this upcoming spring. Michigan, Georgia, Alabama, LSU, the previous 5 national champions, all had the most draft picks right after winning the title. I looked at Pro Football Focus's draft board that came out a few weeks ago, and it was just their ranking of, it was 200-something, almost 300 players. Tennessee had 5 players on the board of nearly 300 players, 3 in the top 100. James Pierce Jr. ranked number 29, Omar Norman Lott number 51, Dylan Sampson number 54. Then Brew McCoy at 238, Cooper Mays at 261. So Tennessee had 5 total, 3 in the top 100. Ohio State has 14 players on the board. They have 2 players in the top 15, 5 players in the top 50, 10 players in the top 100. That's what you're trying to get to.
Yeah. Yeah.
By the way, that doesn't include Caleb Downs. He's not draft eligible yet. Or Jeremiah Smith, who might be the most talented football player in America, coming back for his sophomore season. It's outrageous what they have.
I mean, it's always been the correlation that you can count on. How many pro players do you have on your team? Teams with the most pro players usually are the last team standing, or is the last team standing, or one of the 2 or 3 last team standing.
It's the reason we say it probably at an annoying rate.
It's pretty simple. It's pretty simple. Like, you look back at that 2016 team that Tennessee had, and you're like, huh. And the 15 team, like, wait a minute. We should have did a whole lot more, because there's a lot of dudes on those teams that's still playing today.
Yeah.
A lot of dudes on those teams that are playing in the NFL or played. Got a couple years in, out. There's some that's still playing now. But when you go and you count how many NFL dudes are on that squad, you're like, wait a minute. Why didn't we go further? Well, you know that answer. You know that answer. No reason to answer it for you. So it's always been about that. Like, you always, you look at the 2001 team and talked about John Henderson being inducted into the College Football Hall of Fame. It's no secret that team was good.
Yeah, they were loaded.
It's no secret. There's no secret that my 05 team, which had a lot of dudes play but didn't win. Well, there's no secret why. The 06 team, 7 dudes drafted. It's pretty good that year. So, like, it's no secret. You have pro players, you have the opportunity to play have opportunity to win a lot of games as a team.
By the way, I don't take away from the coaches for the players succeeding. Like, people want to take away from Ryan Day. Well, he's leading, getting those players there.
That's part of the job.
Nick Saban made it clear. I got to get the players.
Yeah, that's the job.
Still got to coach them. Philip Fulmer made no secret. I got to get the players.
The job is to win games.
Mm-hmm.
In order to win games, you need really good players and really good coaches to do that.
If you want to challenge yourself with lesser players, have at it.
But why would you fault a coach for getting good players?
Yeah, I don't know.
To win games. Like, that never made sense to me. Recruiting is part of the job. And if you get the good players and you put them in a position to be successful and you win, you've achieved, you've won at your job.
All right, we figured it out. Get good players. Really good players. We'll come back. 865-656-9900. Final segment to hour number 1. Ron Slay at 1 o'clock for a full hour.
Let's go.
Right here on Josh and Swain.
Always on, always free. Stream us free via the app, your smart speaker, your favorite streaming service, or the website at 991thesportsanimal.com. Your odds to win 99.1 The Sports Animal's biggest prizes just got better. We now draw one member of our email club, The Jungle, as an instant finalist in contests with a grand prize value over $500. Club members get links to our latest blogs and videos, plus a layout of Sports Animal programming and the biggest sporting events of the weekend. To make sure you receive our weekly Sports Animal emails, visit our website at 991thesportsanimal.com and sign up for The Jungle Email Club.
We all know just because gifts for loved ones can look like flowers, a spa day, or maybe even planning date night. But what about something that will truly last and protect your loved ones along the way? I'm talking about life insurance. I called SelectQuote to secure our coverage and couldn't believe how easy and affordable it was. I'm 40, and my $500,000 policy was only $16 a month. My husband's also 40, and his $500,000 policy was only $18 a month. And with their same-day coverage, there was no medical exam required, and we were covered by the time we hung up. With monthly payments less than the cost of a bouquet of flowers, this is the perfect time to make sure your family is protected.
Call SelectQuote at 1-800-596-2626 or go to SelectQuote.com to get your free quote today. That's 1-800-596-2626. 1-800-596-2626. Details on example rate at SelectQuote.com.
Have you ever been stoned? I'm not talking about that freshman year of college at the frat house, laying on the floor, feeling out of your mind stone. I'm talking about kidney stone, when you're an adult and you're hunkered over the toilet with electrifying pain pulsating through your body because a kidney stone is sliding through your urinary tract like a 20-pound petrified porcupine, moving at the speed of a sloth. I'm David Brewster from Aqua Clear Water Systems, and I may not be a medically certified stone stopper, but I have been helping clients for 25 years who have had kidney stones by getting them super pure drinking water by removing the hardness impurities that fertilize and feed kidney stones. I'm not making health claims, but I have seen it help clients, and maybe it can help you. So before you get stoned and start to cry, why don't you give us a good, tasty try?
Hey folks, it's Jake from Rusty Wallace Ski of Knoxville on Callahan Drive. When you're looking to make your next car purchase, think about these things. Rusty Wallace Kia's fantastic selection. We've got more cars on the ground than we've had in years. Think about the incredible warranty with our exclusive 200,000-mile warranty. And think about the excellent service before, during, and after the sale. You'll get it all when you choose Rusty Wallace Kia of Knoxville, I-75 at Callahan Drive.
If I told you that you could look younger and most likely feel younger, you would be like, sign me up. And that's exactly what Be the Younger You can do for you. Because by reducing inflammation and losing the weight, you're going to be able to turn back your biological age. They have this really cool new thing where you can sign up for a free consultation and receive a complimentary advanced body composition analysis. And what that does is it detects the high visceral fat levels. Call 865-498-3000 or visit BeTheYoungerYouKnox.com.
Whether it's game day or movie night, Games and Things is your ticket to the best seat in the house. Hi, I'm Scott Mellon, and it's time to get rid of that old recliner and upgrade to new home theater seating from Games and Things. We offer the largest selection of quality seats at the best price in East Tennessee. With a multitude of styles, configurations, and options, you are sure to find that perfect seat. Stop by Games and Things to upgrade your seats today. Located at the corner of Kingston Pike and Lovell Road, and online at ourgameroom.com. Games and Things, because life should be fun.
His Security and Technology, your one-stop shop for all your security and technology needs. We offer state-of-the-art security systems to protect your home or business, as well as cutting-edge technology solutions to enhance your daily life. Our team of experts is dedicated to providing top-quality service and support. Contact His Security Technology today to learn more about how we can help you stay protected and connected. 865-474-9495 or visit hissecurity.com. In God we trust, all others we monitor.
I'm Chelsea Messenger, helping you beat the books with BetQL. Number 3, Iowa State returns home after suffering just their second loss of the season on Saturday. The Cyclones are hosting Central Florida in a Big 12 match. Iowa State is one of 2 teams in the top 10 in both offense and defensive efficiency, according to Ken Pom. The Cyclones are laying a big number tonight against the Knights, but BetQL model thinks they can cover. Their best bet is taking Iowa State at home over UCF. Bet smarter and beat the books with BetQL, and download the BetMGM app.
Still getting around to that fix on your car? You got this. On eBay, you'll find millions of parts guaranteed to fit. Doesn't matter if it's a major engine repair or your first time swapping your windshield wipers. eBay has that part you need, ready to click perfectly into place for changes big and small. Loud or quiet. Find all the parts you need at prices you'll love. Guaranteed to fit every time. But you already know that. eBay. Things, people, love. Eligible items only. Exclusions apply.
From the Budweiser Studios of The Sports Animal.
We are 99.1, the sports animal.
Back on Josh and Swain, thanks for being with us. Speaking of talent, Ron Slay, he's got it. He'll join us at the start of the 2 o'clock hour. Two very highly touted VFLs will be a part of the show from 1 until 2 o'clock. Jason Swain right here, former Tennessee wide receiver, and Ron Slay, former Tennessee basketball legend. As we close out hour number 1, we say hello to Eric. Eric, thanks for calling in. What's on your mind this afternoon?
Hey, what's going on, fellas?
Eric, good to hear from you. We got about 90 seconds to 2 minutes before the hour ends, just to let you know.
I'm a run wide open. Hey, Ron Slay, welcome. Jason Swain, how dare you make fun of Josh Ward over being short when your head's so big? And I can't believe that anybody would be surprised that nobody wants to go work for Tom Brady, a perfectionist. It would be the worst job you could possibly have. I mean, it's terrible. And then I'm going to end with this. Hey, this is going to be Tennessee's year. The NIL is there. Bring on the cookies, baby. Let's do it. See you, fellas.
Thanks, Eric. Appreciate you. So did he defend me and then slam my own team?
I think so.
While stepping aside?
I think so. I think your hat size is bigger than my hat size, actually. But it's okay.
It's probably close. I think you have a proportionate size head to your body.
I just have a pea head. It's really not that big. It's just bald.
It's just exposed.
Yeah, it just looks bigger, but I don't have the biggest hat size.
Look, you better not let the Raiders get the right coach and quarterback.
I don't think Tom Brady's making a ton of boss decisions. He's not the boss. He ain't the boss.
What did he put in? 10%? He's going to make money. I mean, he's involved, but
yeah, Mr. Dave is still the boss.
Yeah, they got a lot of problems to figure out. But this is Tennessee's year, according to Eric. So that's good news.
What sport?
It wasn't all that specific, but why not everything?
It's been like that. Hey, it has been our year and everything.
Yeah. We're getting questions about that as well. We'll get to Tennessee basketball. They play tonight at home against Mississippi State, and then Saturday at Auburn.
Focus on tonight.
One game at a time, Ward. We'll come back. We'll talk to Ron Slay, VFL SEC basketball legend. We will hop on the sleigh ride coming up next on Josh and Swain.
Hey, it's Rich Eisen here. Join me and my compadre, Chris Brockman, every Monday on the Overreaction Monday podcast as we dive into the latest headlines across the NFL playoffs.
Well, Rich, okay, you were late to this party.
Obviously, it would be surprising, but not shocking. And that's the thing I loved about watching a lot of these games, man. Come react or overreact with us leading up to the big game.
Overreaction Monday. Follow and listen on your favorite platform.
It's game over, man.
Peace of mind is priceless, especially when it comes to your home safety and your family's comfort. That's why the pros at Pipe Wrench Plumbing, Heating, and Cooling created the Peace of Mind Maintenance Plan. Preventative maintenance for HVAC and plumbing is like changing your vehicle's oil, and experts recommend scheduling regular system checks to keep everything running smoothly. With Peace of Mind, you can safeguard your home from unexpected costly breakdowns and repairs. You'll get tons of benefits, including full system checks on HVAC and plumbing systems, water heater flushes, sewer camera inspection, 10% automatic discount on repairs, priority bookings, no service fees, and much more. Monthly service plans are as low as $20.25 per month, and total annual services are valued at over $1,500. Call Pipe Wrench at 865-264-8090 or book online at pipewrench.com to sign up or schedule your appointment today. And as always, same-day service guaranteed or the visit is free.
Does life feel heavy sometimes?
Lay your burden down and give it to God. The Gathering Church is a community of believers who are not here to fix you, but to help you receive the love that God wants you to have. It's never too late. Jesus still saves, heals, delivers, prospers, and He cares for you. Prayer service at 9:30 a.m., teaching at 10:30. Visit online at thegatheringfamily.com, or better yet, come in person. All are welcome at The Gathering. You're not alone. You can make this place your home.
A new year provides a fresh new start, an opportunity for you to become a better version of yourself, a brand new day. One area of your life that you're probably not thinking about is your sleep. Hi, I'm Roger Cunningham, owner of The Bed Store. The quality of your sleep will have a drastic effect on all the other areas of your life. Your health and weight, your mental cognition, your mood, your willpower, all greatly affected by the quality of sleep. At The Bed Store, we can help tuck fit you into your just right mattress so you can get the best sleep of your life. We carry the best brands like Life Force Energy, Giving, Kinesis, and our sleep experts will help match you to your perfect one using our exclusive Tuck Fit process. Right now, you can get well tucked into Kinesis for only $19 a month with free local delivery and up to $300 in free accessories.
The right mattress, the right price, guaranteed at The Bed Store.
The Bed Store, while we'll even tuck you in.
Automobile accidents occur every day across the state of Tennessee. Your drive to work or just a quick trip to the market can turn into a life-altering event. If you're injured as a result of another driver, let McKinnish Law Group fight for the compensation you deserve. Their experienced attorneys handle everything from medical bills to lost wages. They're here to make sure you're not alone, and you don't have to settle for less. When life throws you the unexpected, trust McKinnish Law Group to stand by your side. Visit McKinnishLaw.com today and let them fight for your future.
What's in a name? With Sweet Deals, everything you want at savings you never dreamt possible. No membership fees, no wait. And with the new Sweet Deals Premium tab, everyday deals on brands you know, names you want, savings you need. Sweet Deals Premium. Designer handbags, luxury cruises, accommodations, golf clubs, gift cards, autographed sports memorabilia. Find it all and save big at sweetdeals.com. Click the Premium tab. Shop, buy, save. Up to 70% off. Sweetdeals.com. Premium.
This is WNML AM Knoxville. WNML FM Friendsville. Streaming worldwide on the Sports Animal app and website 991thesportsanimal.com. 99.1 The Sports Animal, the station where the Vols play.
This is Maggie Gray with a Sports Minute. Ohio State won the national championship, and the biggest individual winner of the first ever 12-team college football playoff has to be Buckeyes quarterback Will Howard. Howard may have boosted his NFL draft stock by 2 or 3 rounds with his run in the playoff. Howard was the best quarterback in the tournament, and that had to turn some heads in the NFL. I'm Maggie Gray.
At Fisher Investments, we may seem like other money managers, but we're different.
What makes you so different than the rest of us?
We ensure clients receive unparalleled service at every step of the relationship.
Tell me more.
Our investment counselors focus on service over sales, prioritizing clients' needs.
How do you make money?
We don't sell any commission-based products. We have a simple management fee based on the value of our client's portfolio. So we do better when our clients do better.
What about client portfolios?
We get to know each client, their finances, family, health, lifestyle, and more, and then we tailor a portfolio based on their specific goals and needs.
Your clients really come first then, huh?
Yes, we make them a top priority. Our goal is helping them achieve a comfortable retirement.
Wow, maybe we are different.
At Fisher Investments, we're clearly different. Learn more at FisherInvestments.com.
Investing in securities involves the risk of loss.
Hey, East Tennessee, it's Jake Newton at West Knoxville Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram. Visit our multi-million-dollar used car lot, starting at $4,000.
Hour number 2 of Josh and Swain begins. Thank you for being with us. We have 1 hour down. We have 2 to go. The next hour will move quickly. We enter the 1 o'clock hour on a Tuesday afternoon. That means it's time to hop on the sleigh ride. We do that every week, talking to VFL and SEC basketball legend Ron Slay. He's on 3HL in the afternoons in Nashville. He's on the SEC network multiple times a week covering what's going on with SEC hoops. And we take the sleigh ride thanks to Native Design, your local custom pool and hardscape specialist. We'll get some football talk in here this hour, but we have a lot to talk about on the basketball front. Tennessee will play a home game tonight against Mississippi State. We have a win against Georgia and Tennessee's loss against Vanderbilt in Nashville this past weekend to discuss. Swain, you said yesterday you couldn't wait to get Ron Slay on today's show.
Oh, couldn't wait, man. I love talking to Ron Slay. Love talking to him.
Ron, how are we?
I'm good, man. I'm good. Come back, from Nashville, and we licking the wounds of the loss from the women's and the men's. A little back-to-back volunteer love that we gave to Vanderbilt down there to kind of keep their spirits high. You know what I'm saying? We like to do that, since we're the volunteers. So
charitable work, you might argue it was.
Yeah. Listen, it's either by force or by choice. So, we chose to do it by choice. Give us some some nice little candy and some taxes here and there. So it's cool, man. You got to pay those.
I mean, you give kudos to Vanderbilt. They did their thing. They won the games. They were better than us. But, the way you celebrated, Vandy, you're only making it obvious that you are the little brother and that you are inferior to Tennessee. But, hey, congratulations on the win. You deserve it. And we will be hosting Vanderbilt later on in the season, and we'll see how it goes when Tennessee plays those teams again, men's and women's.
Absolutely. I'm being funny at the same time, but at the same time, with that point that you just brought up, I had a partner of mine, man, a lot of them, Vandy, former athletes, being in the city, growing up there, that were hitting me up and was like, told you we was going to get you this, that, and the other. I was like, yeah, man, that's what's up, man. Y'all deserve to win that. Like you said, Swain, y'all played harder. Y'all played through more moments. That's good for y'all, but y'all stormed the court.
Yeah,
is that what we doing in this rivalry? We storming courts, you know what I mean? Because I can't see us ever storming the court. And all of them took a step back and was like, you know what? You're right, dog. I don't know why the hell we storming the court. We can't
exactly.
That's meaning it's not supposed to happen. It's gonna happen every blue moon. Okay, that's cool. We stormed the field, we beat Alabama. Okay, the next time we beat Alabama, if Tennessee storms the field, it's a problem.
It was a problem this past year. It was a problem.
Right? And I was looking like, dog, they not about to storm the field. Dog. We just did this. We did this the year before. All that's over with. And it's a new generation of kids. They want to be out there. You know what I mean? A lot of people don't believe it. So until you stop acting that way, that'll be the point where we start to believe that you really belong on that level. But until you stop storming the fields of course, you really don't belong on that level because you're just excited about being. That's your pinnacle. It's okay. So.
Of course, Ron.
And that goes for us in football, too, like you just said.
Yeah, right. That applies to all levels.
Yeah.
Of course, if Tennessee had won the game, there would have been no court-storming opportunity for Vanderbilt. Came down to the wire, came down to the end. It's one loss. We noted yesterday during the show. Tennessee lost the game, no good. Tennessee also did not fall in the AP poll, did not fall in the net ranking, as 19 of the top 25 teams last week lost at least one game. So that's some perspective to add to it. How do you build off of it? What do you take away from what happened on Saturday as Tennessee gets ready for Mississippi State tonight, big game at home, and then Auburn on Saturday?
Yeah, Josh, I think that's hitting it on the head right there, man. It's throughout this league, no one's going undefeated. I know there's some teams sitting up there at the top, and the team that looked like they could go undefeated is Auburn. Ole Miss was rolling. There's some teams that look pretty good. There's some one-loss teams that look better than those teams. You know what I mean? To be quite frank, but. I think walking through this league, man, you're going to understand that you got to take care of home. And for all of the teams to make a historical leap and get 13 teams or 12 teams into the NCAA tournament, those teams have to take care of home. They're doing that. You go on the road and steal one, it's like stealing 2 games. You know what I'm saying? So expect that to happen throughout the season. We talked about this leading up to the season before we even got to conference play. man, be prepared. Like, there's going to be some times where you're going to be like scratching your head, like, what the hell just happened? Like, it's some really good teams from top to bottom. And I'm talking about roster, also coaches. Man, some coaches that get paid high dollars to make sure the scouting report is in place and they are detailed to be able to take your strengths away. So that's on one hand. The other part is Tennessee walking away from that. You got to tip the cap to Vanderbilt. The way they played, I think there was some things that showed their head where you look at Zakai, and we knew if Zakai ever gets in foul trouble, it's going to be tough.
Mm-hmm.
I think you saw that in the Illinois matchup. That was on the road against a very good Illinois team that had a player that's really tough that you were trying to stop. But who's going to lead? Who's going to lead this bunch when Zakai gets in foul trouble? Who's going to be able to break that person down and create for others? So then you said you have to turn in this form in that Vanderbilt game. You have to look and say, man, the physicality that you have to bring if Zakai gets in foul trouble because of the offense you run, which creates body movement, ball movement. You're creating that so you can get open and get the shots you want. It's not necessarily, now this is the biggest difference with DK last year. DK, you can get to him a half court till everybody get 1 foot flat and he get a run to start and he going to beat his man. Outside of Zakai, you ask who can do that on this team. You know what I'm saying? It's difficult to find one. I think Swain talked about that last week. So you have to bring a physicality to the game to get guys open. That physicality is screening. You got to get some good screens. Now, these brush screens, these go screens where you go running by, that's all fine and well. But until you hit a body and you create, like what we talked about last week when we showed the clip with Chaz shooting on 2 people because you were running fast in transition and they couldn't match up, that's also creating opportunities for other people because you're creating a mismatch. You're creating 3-on-2s or 4-on-3s as far as guys trying to box out. So that's the other part of it. So you have to learn from those mistakes to be able to try to, gain some ground and understand who you are. You're not that team that's going to get the ball on the wing and say, go get busy. You're just not. You need to get in the pick and roll, get on the side, punish some people, use that lob to your advantage, make them have to help down, get the skip pass. And teams are going to adjust. So you got to be willing to adjust as well. But, I think Tennessee's going to be fine. It's going to be fine. You're looking ahead. To your third point, Josh, you looking ahead to this league. A loss does not hurt you. A lot. This ain't like last year or years past where you lose. You like, oh, dang man, how we gonna get that back? You lost and didn't move in the rankings to an unranked team. Like if that don't speak volumes to the league, and I understand nationwide in the college landscape, a lot of teams lost. They were in the top 25, but in your conference, just in your conference, it holds a lot more weight, man. So for you to beat a Georgia who's now unranked, that's good for you. That's a feather in your cap. You know what I'm saying? But to lose to a Vanderbilt, it's okay. By 1 point, by 50 points, it's a loss, and it's seen just as that. What they're gonna look at the end is how many conference wins do you have in your bag. That's what's gonna count. So you still got everything ahead of you. You're gonna lose some more games. You know what I mean? And so just be ready. But I think that they're in a cool situation. They're all right.
I thought the block on Chazanier at the end of the game was an awesome play by the Vandy defender. I do think Chaz could have cut off that man a little bit better and prevented that from happening. After the break, I want to get your take on that particular play, your breakdown on that play, if that's okay with you, Mr. Slay.
Absolutely. I would love to.
We will do that when we come back. Ron Slay is with us. He's an analyst for the SEC Network. He's on 3HL on the Zone in Nashville each afternoon, and each week he's here on the Slay Ride with us thanks to Native Design. Their website is nativetn.com as they are turning ordinary yards into exceptional escapes. Get ready for the spring and summertime coming up. It'll be here before you know it. As soon as we can get it here, we'll be ready for it. Get in touch with Native Design. nativetn.com, their website. Ron Slay with us for a full hour on Josh and Swain.
Free on the radio, free on the app, free on our website. You can hear 99.1 The Sports Animal free anytime, anywhere.
Native Design, your local custom pool and hardscape specialist. For 20 years, Native Design has transformed outdoor spaces into breathtaking retreats where families gather, friends connect, and memories are made. Picture the pool of your dreams, a place to relax, entertain, and make any season unforgettable. Paired with excellent, durable hardscapes like custom decking and stonework, Native Design turns ordinary yards into exceptional escapes. Call 865-310-3256 or visit nativetn.com.
William is one of millions of Americans who uses GoodRx to save on the cost of their prescriptions.
My oldest daughter, Camilla, 2 days old, she had to have open heart surgery. All of a sudden, she's on 5 different medications. It adds up at the end of the month. Me and the pharmacist got so tight. She said, GoodRx save you a lot of money. Saving that extra $200-300 a month. We're able to do all these extra activities, so it puts less stress on our household and it puts less stress on our pockets.
Download the free app or visit GoodRx.com and start saving today. GoodRx user compensated for their time. GoodRx is not insurance, but can be used instead of insurance.
Whether you're tinkering in your garage or tackling big projects, if you know the value of working with your hands, you know Harbor Freight. And you can be confident knowing that at Harbor Freight, you can get quality tools at prices that work just as hard as you do. Because the only thing more satisfying than a job well done is a job well done, well under budget. Whatever you do it for less at Harbor Freight.
Oh, life can be hard.
But your shower shouldn't be. Step inside the AquaClear soft water shower and wash away the worries with a sauna-like experience.
Ah, AquaClear, I love you.
This Friday morning, Eric and Brian take the Eric Kane Show out to Rusty Wallace Honda at the intersection of Selection, I-75 and Callahan Drive. Stop by Rusty Wallace Honda, meet the guys, and get a great deal on a new or used car with the sports animal.
Join 99.1 The Sports Animal with Tyler and Will live 3 to 7 on Wednesday at the Bed Store in Lenore City. The Bed Store has 7 convenient area locations with brands like Tempur-Pedic, Stearns & Foster, and Sealy. Shop mattresses, accessories, and get free delivery. Do you have stuff that you need gone? Then give a buzz to Junk Be Gone. Locally owned and operated for the past 20 years, Junk Be Gone continues to be the #1 junk removal and driveway dumpster rental company in East Tennessee. To celebrate, rent a driveway dumpster in January and enjoy 2 days free. Junk Be Gone also offers full-service junk removal and demolition service. Give us a buzz at 865-675-5865 or junkbegone.biz.
When there's stuff that you want gone, give a buzz to Junk Be Gone.
On Wednesday, January 22nd, Knoxville, Tennessee is where the best wrestle as All Elite Wrestling presents Dynamite.
All Elite Wrestling has entered a whole new era.
Be there live and be a part of the most exciting professional wrestling experience in the world when AEW arrives in Knoxville for the first time ever. AEW Dynamite, live Wednesday, January 22nd from Knoxville Coliseum. Tickets on sale now starting at $20 at AEWTIX.com.
Tyler Ivins from the afternoon show. Let me tell you about my new fence I just got from Tennessee Home. If you came to my house in West Knoxville, I have a beautiful house, but the backyard fence looked like something out of a horror movie. Splits, leaning, skunks, possum, any creature was coming in and out of my backyard. I had to get somebody who was a licensed professional who could come in and give me the privacy that I sorely need. James Anthony checked all the boxes. Give him a ring this afternoon. 865-304-0955. Or you can book online. That's at TennesseeHome.us.
Johnson, I've been reading about this geofencing. Know anything about it?
Yeah, boss. We use geofencing through Cumulus Digital to help drive our sales.
How does it work?
We pick precise locations, and whenever a customer enters that location, they see our ads.
That's what I thought.
CumulusDigital.com.
We're back on Josh and Swain. Thank you for being with us. Thanks to Native Design for making the sleigh ride happen each week. We're talking to Ron Slay. He's on 3HL on the Zone in Nashville each afternoon. He's a part of SEC Network coverage of SEC Hoops. And Saturday, Tennessee had a shot at the end, Swain, against Vanderbilt. Came up short, but you led that in from last segment with Chaz Lanier's play, the opportunity he had at the basket.
Yeah, I mean, Chaz did a good job driving the ball to the basket, put the ball up, and it was blocked by Vandy. It's a great defensive play for sure. And Slay, I want to get your take on that play and if Chaz could have done anything better or different, like your thoughts on that play.
Yeah, man, I do think he could have did something different. I thought he could have attacked at a straight line once he was able to get his shoulders square and able to get his shoulders parallel with the defender, which kind of put Mignon almost on his back.
Mm-hmm.
So this is the thing I hate about training, because this is where all this comes from. The way you practice, the way you train, you have to watch film to understand angles. And guys that wasn't super athletic like myself watch these things. So when you're driving to the lane, you can do a banana cut where you're trying to get which means you take more of a round cut like a banana, and you're trying to get your feet together to get there. Or you can go straight line. And when you go straight line, that means you're taking back the space that the defender would have to cut off when you're taking that round and he's going straight. So y'all can end it. Even with you being ahead of him in steps, he can get back to you because he's going straight line. Even though he's behind you, you're rounding your cut off going to the basket. If you were to go straight line, even when you got a little bit in front, if you follow my fingers and I cut back to get my straight line back, now you're on my back. You know what I'm saying? So now granted, this is all in hindsight, and it's easier to break down. But that's why I say it comes from training and practicing this type of way. You know what I'm saying? So when you go back, if he could gather and get there, you going up to dunk, that's one thing. The person has to come through you to block it. But taking that round cut and him getting his steps together, you going to lay the ball up, you're going to run past the basket. So that allows him, that means he's not stopping. So he's going to come and have the opportunity to block it if he's athletic enough, which he was, and the way he was hustling. So I would have preferred him to come off 2 feet also to stop and gather. He would have ran dead into his back because there's no way he would have been able to stop his momentum from running into him. But that was a tough one, man. That was a tough one right there. Did have another opportunity after that, but that's one of those things that you gotta kind of figure out, especially when if you taking off dunking, that's one thing. But if you gotta go just go up and lay it up, that's two totally different things, man. You put yourself in jeopardy with these athletes in the SEC that can go out there and go get it done. So that's the main thing. Always, young people out there listening, man, take your space back. You see it in the NBA or other college guards all the time. You can see it on all levels, actually, for the people that really know how to do it. When you see people like put a person on their back and change their pace, that's to get the defender off balance. The person that's chasing you or the person that's right there to come over for help side. Like, that's why they say, man, change your pace when you play. You can't just play like this. Like, that doesn't work. But if you change your pace, look, crappy guard Zakai does a great job. The play where the play broke down, I forgot how many plays before that it was, but he was driving and nobody was open, and he ended up going to the foul line. Zakai wasn't going to make that layup, but he changed his pace, came off 2 feet, jumped into the defender Edwards, and Edwards, because of where his body was and the way he was running was straight line, Zakai changed his pace, came off 2 feet, went up the layup, and Edwards' arms were like this. So it automatically hit him. Zakai wasn't going to come close to making that layup. But he was going to definitely draw the foul, and it's going to be a shooting foul. He went to the free throw line, knocked down 2 free throws. I think that made it a 2-point game, if I'm not mistaken. But it's just those plays. But he's used to it. He's been in the SEC. So that's something new you got to get used to. All athletes that transfer in or whatever it may be, you got to get used to playing at different paces and being able to gather and get your steps up on you.
I thought Rick Barnes after the game, I don't know if you saw or heard what he had to say in his press conference, Ron, but I felt like he was echoing what you said on the show last week. You talked about Chaz, love him, great guy, but need you to go get it, be more aggressive. I don't think Rick mentioned a ski mask or anything in the post game. But
what? He didn't use that, Josh?
He should have. He should have. But I mean, that's just kind of where it is, right? The good thing was Chaz was 4-6 behind the 3-point line, so I don't know if he got his shot back, but he was effective on the outside. It seems the next step for Chaz is the mindset of being as aggressive as they need him to in a game in, game out process, and that's probably this week. Mississippi State, Auburn, they're going to need all they can get from Chaz.
Absolutely. Like now you about to get an opportunity. The teams you played have been good teams because the league is really good. But now when you just start talking about entering that upper echelon, a group of guys, now you're about to play your real first bona fide top 25 opponents. Like Georgia was one that they deserve to be in it. They knocked 2 top 25 opponents off at home. You know what I'm saying? So that's kudos. You know what I mean? But now Mississippi State, this is what they do. You know, they went in there and handled Vanderbilt wire to wire. You know what I mean? Vanderbilt's a good team, but that physicality is different. They went to Auburn and got smacked. But you got to remember that was without Riley Cougar. So Riley Cougar will be back in effect for Mississippi State. And you saw the difference he made in the game versus Ole Miss. Like, he shot the ball great. That gives them another athletic wing, another guy that's physical, another guy looking to prove something. So they coming back as a team that's whole. In Auburn, we ain't got to say nothing about Auburn, but yeah, this is the thing. We talked about Chaz, and if you recall, I said, man, Chaz cold-blooded. He cold-blooded, but he scores in bunches. So when you ask him what's the difference, like it may be him and DK, they may both end with 24, but DK's was 24 over the entire game. You know what I mean? He might have had 14 in the first half and 10 in the second half, or vice versa. Chaz probably had 18 in the first half and 6 in the second half. You know what I'm saying? That's the difference, you know, and you talk about him being a good guy, absolutely. Great kid, man. I don't think that's ever a question. Moving ahead, we don't need you to be nice. That's okay. We got some nice guys out there. Yeah. We don't need let Coach Barnes be. He need to be the nicest person on the floor. And I promise you, he's turned over a new leaf when he got from Texas. He's super nice. Man, the man gonna you sneeze on the other end, he probably gonna tell you God bless you and then call the play. Like, we got Coach Barnes for that, man. Great guy, man. Kudos for him. We need y'all to be nasty. We need y'all to be nasty all the time. You know what I'm saying? When you see them, you got 20 points, go for 40. Like, we need 40. It ain't no, because that's what you're here to do. And that's what his offense is. That's what Coach Barnes' offense is. It's for players to thrive in their position. If you're a rebounder, you're about to be a great rebounder on this group because it's going to be slots for you to go rebound. Look what Milicic turned into. Like, we see your athleticism, put you right here where you're a mismatch at the 4 or the 5, get you a running start coming from the 3-point line, whether that's the corner or the top of the key, go rebound. You want to take your game to the next level, go rebound. Chuck Paul, we know you can defend the rim. We know you can catch lobs. You want to take your game to the next level, you got to be able to catch it in the post like you did, 8 feet out, 5 feet out, make a hook shot. If you want to go to the next, that's 6 more points. We need that. Them 3 more offensive rebounds that Milicic is getting, we need that. Jordan Gainey, he's taking his game to the next level because he's able to handle the ball and, you know, get Zakai out of the game when you need to. But you need all these guys to step up and go up another notch. Darlin Stone Dubois, you played. Now it's time. Okay, now go be the person that you grabbed out the portal. That efficient, that top 3 efficiency guy, top 5 efficiency guy in the whole country. Now go be that guy. Go be that guy with that physical imposing presence that you bring. Kay Phillips, we know what you are. It's understood. You bring it every single night. Every single night. Like, so you can go down the list of guys. You know what I mean? All these guys are good guys, but the ones that are going to go to the next level, not Elite 8, but to get past that, you got to be cutthroat. You got to be cutthroat. Yeah, when they on the ground, it's okay to step over them. You know what I mean? You trying to get by, step on their hand. It's all right. You ain't mean to. No, you ain't mean to. You're a good guy.
It seems like Dubar has a little bit of that. I blacked out for 5 minutes. What happened? Just he goes out there and he does what he does, and then he'll try to figure out what happened afterward.
Yeah, and that's okay if you're doing it every single time. Like, black out the whole game. That's what we need. We don't need you thinking. We used to have this saying when we was overseas because we were in Italy, and all of my the American teammates, we would say, all right, y'all, get ready to go out and practice. Take your brain out, sit it in your locker, go out here and play. And then we'll come back in and figure out everything else. It'll be okay. Like, we can analyze the game and everything after. What they about to tell us ain't gonna make no sense, and what we trying to tell them ain't gonna make no sense to them. So let's just go out here and play hard and compete. Then when we go back and watch film and get the whiteboard, then we can draw up things and put our brain in and think. But till then, cut all the thinking out, man. Take your brain out. Leave it in the locker room. I'm telling you, Chad and them will take care of it back there. We got some great trainers, great training staff. Ain't nothing gonna happen to it, man. Dr. Matey and they done been with all of us, man. Jason McVay, they done been all of us, Swain. If you got an injury, you gonna be all right. Trust me. They're gonna take care of your brain. They'll be waiting on you when you get back to your locker.
So is this a Ron Slay challenge to his basketball team that we need to be more cutthroat, meaner?
Absolutely.
Less
exactly
thinking, less analyzing. Just go and just rip the opponents the two pieces if you can.
Yeah, Swain. That's exactly what it is. Because guess what? Y'all train hard in the summer and the preseason. Y'all be with Big Gary. Y'all lift a lot of weights. Y'all look good, man. I know y'all physically fit. Conditioning is there. I know y'all can go out there literally, and I mean literally, start y'all practice with 1 hour and play like that. If everybody had to put an eye patch like a pirate over their eye and practice all the way through pre-practice, traumas, they'd be okay because they know exactly what to do. You condition for it. You know what y'all doing. You know y'all plays. You know what I'm saying? Y'all know how hard y'all need to go. You know how y'all need to be competing. You know if Coach Barnes going to blow the whistle and say, man, y'all need to start over. Y'all already know. You condition for it. Y'all got a brotherhood. You know what I mean? It's already, you going to fight for one another. Now just go on out there to the court, do what you're supposed to do, and compete to a whole different level to everybody. You know what I'm saying? Everybody. Everybody knows who they are. Like you've seen it. We've seen it in bunches. Illinois, we saw it, dog.
So Ron, I mean, the team that fought each other on the plane is a team that, like, we need to be more of. I mean, I'm being honest here. Like, you need more guys like that. And we made fun of Auburn, but Auburn possesses that toughness that is the reason why they're number one right now, and the reason why they're able to play the way they're playing, even without their best player playing. So maybe we need to fight on the way to Auburn then.
Hey, guess what? I'm gonna tell you what, everybody do it in different ways, Swain. And I ain't opposed to doing whatever you need to do, however you need to feel to hold each other accountable and push each other till they uncomfortable. That's where it came from. You look at Auburn, that's what happened.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So you looking at we saw the game before. Howard was in the corner, slumped down, while his partner Miles Kelly is on fire. He slumped down because everybody else in the gym, the players and everybody's up swinging towels. You would have thought it was what's my boy Stacey King on the Bulls bench with the towel when Jordan and them was going off. And that was Jedi Broom. That's a star.
Yep.
That was swinging his towel. So okay, that carry over. That feels wrong. All right, let's make it a little uncomfortable. You make it a little uncomfortable. Things get settled. You go beat Houston. You set the SEC up to go on a run, a dominant run in non-conference schedule. It was because of Auburn. That was because of Auburn. That was because of mindset. Now, guess what? That's a veteran group, an experienced group that came back. They just added a couple pieces here and there. But they got a nucleus that's already intact. Guess who else got one? Tennessee and Alabama do too.
Yeah.
Alabama right there wrong. Ole Miss came up there and spanked them. Nato told them, man, y'all ain't getting back on this plane. We're going to go up to Kentucky and win. You know what their mentality was? By their two leaders, Grant Nelson took over the first half. The second half, Mark Sears took over. And everybody else followed. That's what it is. You just lost to Vanderbilt. Okay, so guess what? Nucleus too. The reason you're an experienced group and a vet group like you are, and you're supposed to go win the SEC championship and go to the Final Four, it's because you got Meshack back, you got Zakai back, you got Gainey back, you got your nucleus back. This is your foundation. If I run a bad practice and I ask a question in practice, I expect two people to raise their hands or step out in front of the line and say, look at me, I got this one. That's Zakai Meshack.
Mm-hmm.
And Gainey too.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? So you got three people that can step up and answer any kind of question that you gonna ask, whether that be, hey man, I need you to run 100 sprints, man. I need you to run 100 sprints. Can your team do it? You think they're gonna say, nah, man, coach, I don't think hell yeah, we got it. And it's gonna be one of them three to step up. That's the mentality you need the whole time. Especially when you playing at home. You got a tough-minded Mississippi State team about to walk in your house. If you think for 1 second physicality ain't gonna come as soon as they get off the bus, you're wrong. They may not be able to throw the ball in the ocean. But boy, you're gonna be battered and bruised going into that locker room. I can promise you that. So you go in there battered and bruised, or you go out there and you start swinging. It's one of the two. And I ain't talking about physically swinging. I'm talking about physically going out there, setting screens, making them feel it. You know what I mean? Boxing out, face boxing, making them run into you. You know what I mean? Going up, it's a 50-50 ball on the floor. You to be the first one diving. And if neither one of y'all come up with it, it ought to be a second person coming diving. It ought to be a scroll. The ball boys out there, it ought to be a 2-minute pause in the game. Because all ball boys, they got to call something out the stands like the Buffalo Bills do to get the snow out the field, to come out there and wipe the floor up. That's how it's supposed to be out there. From sweat and blood out there. Because that's what you want to do. That's the level you want to get to. I'm watching these teams, man. I get to see them in practice. Alabama, Auburn, Florida, Tennessee. I get to see them up close in person. Y'all got that. You got to go show that, though. We know who you are. You got to go show that. If you don't, guess what? Sweet 16, here we come. And there it ends.
Ron Slay, that's the analysis you get with the sleigh ride. So Sweet 16 and beyond, that's Tennessee's goal. They want to keep on moving. We will hear this hour the next two opponents, Mississippi State tonight, Auburn on Saturday. Ron Slay saw him in person last week. He'll tell you more about what to know about this week for Tennessee when we come back. The sleigh ride presented by Native Design, your local custom pool and hardscape specialist. This is Josh and Swain.
Your odds to win 99.1 These Sports Animals' biggest prizes just got better. We now draw one member of our email club, The Jungle, as an instant finalist in contests with a grand prize value over $500. Club members get links to our latest blogs and videos, plus a layout of sports animal programming and the biggest sporting events of the weekend. To make sure you receive our weekly sports animal emails, visit our website at 991thesportsanimal.com and sign up for the Jungle Email Club.
At Ingles, we know the ever-present struggle of what am I going to make for dinner this week? That's why we started the Ingles Table. It's all waiting for you at ingles-markets.com. Ingles, low prices, love the savings.
The great thing about sports is it never stops. Here's another 60-second sports minute on the Sports Animal.
Ohio State is the college football playoff national champion after defeating Notre Dame 34-23 in Atlanta last night. Will Howard with 231 yards through the air and a pair of scores. Quinshon Judkins 100 yards on the ground and 2 touchdown runs as the Buckeyes win their first national championship since 2014. The 6th-ranked Tennessee Volunteers are at home tonight against 14th-ranked Mississippi State in a top 15 SEC showdown. The Vols are coming off a close loss to Vanderbilt over the weekend. Tip-off tonight is at 7 o'clock. Coverage begins at 6:30 right here on The Sports Animal. Other ranked teams in action tonight at 7 o'clock. Number 4, Alabama takes on Vanderbilt. 19th ranked UConn battles Butler. At 7:30, number 11 Purdue hosts Ohio State. 8 o'clock, number 3 Iowa State hosts UCF. Number 10 Marquette visits Seton Hall. At 9 o'clock, number 22 Missouri visits Texas. Number 23 West Virginia hosts Arizona State. I'm Joel Silverberg.
A new year, time for those resolutions. How about making resolutions you can actually keep this year? Like eating more wings. More specifically, the wings that changed it all. Big Kahuna Wings not only has the best wings you've ever tasted, they have delicious, fresh, made-to-order burgers, wraps, salads, and oh so much more. In 2025, Big Kahuna's getting even bigger. A new location is on the horizon. Follow us on social to find out more. Big Kahuna Wings, changing your taste buds forever.
Join John and Vince this Friday morning at Oak Ridge Nissan at the corner of Illinois Avenue and the Turnpike in Oak Ridge. Make that short 10-minute drive from anywhere to Oak Ridge Nissan and save thousands. This Friday morning from 6 till 9 at Oak Ridge Nissan with John and Vince in 99.1 The Sports Animal.
Johnson, our CFO needs some info for the IPO ASAP.
No problem, boss. Just search the web. Cumulus Digital has helped our SEO big time.
Speak English, Johnson.
Search engine optimization.
SEO, huh? That's A-OK.
CumulusDigital.com. Hey fellas, Jason Swain here. It's time to keep that promise that you made to yourself about getting your testosterone levels checked. If you're lacking energy, muscle mass, or have low libido, it could be low testosterone. Testosterone therapy may be the answer, and nobody matches the experts at Low T Center. But we all have different T levels, so don't settle for a standard dosage TRT plan. Look for a personalized treatment plan, like you'll get at Low T Center. And for current patients, Low T Center offers a $150 referral credit when you refer a new patient. So go to lowtcenter.com to book your appointment. Low T Center, reinventing men's healthcare.
Wow, 20
24 just flew by, did it not? And I'm sure, just like me, you're ready for 2025. And you know, my favorite way to start off the new year is to make my home feel like new with Zero Res carpet and air duct cleaning. Only Zero Res uses the advanced patent process with ZR water for a superior, long-lasting clean. And right now, when you mention me, Tyler Ivins from the Sports Animal, you're going to get 3 rooms of carpet clean for only $109. Plus, you're going to get a hallway cleaned absolutely free. So get to scheduling online now. That's at ZeroResKnoxville.com.
It should be easy to find a local plumber, right? Plumber near me.
Hey there, we can help you.
Weird. These are all big companies.
Excuse me, we're a plumbing company 2 miles away. Hello?
Well, it is what it is. Guess I'll dial that 1-800 number.
Can she seriously not see us?
No, they can't see you because you're buried deep in the list of local plumbers. You're invisible online. Introducing Cumulus Boost. Get a boost. Get found. Get on the map. Learn more at cumulusboost.com.
Native Design, your local custom pool and hardscape specialist. For 20 years, Native Design has transformed outdoor spaces into breathtaking retreats where families gather, friends connect, and memories are made. Picture the pool of your dreams, a place to relax, entertain, and make any season unforgettable. Paired with excellent, durable hardscapes like custom decking and stonework, Native Design turns ordinary yards into exceptional escapes. Call 865-310-3256 or visit nativetn.com.
Temperatures are dropping, and if you're starting a DIY project this winter, you need cold weather building materials. A.G. Hines Company in downtown Knoxville has everything you need: materials, tools, and more than 100 years experience to answer your questions and help you get the job done right. Make them the best first stop you can make when it comes to your winter construction and do-it-yourself projects. Visit them in-store or online at aghines.com. A.G. Hines Company. That's AGHEINS.com.
Warm weather's here, and it's time to get outside and enjoy the privacy and the comforts of your own backyard, but you don't have a privacy fence. Or perhaps you need to upgrade your fence, as I just recently did with Tennessee Home. When contacting Tennessee Home, you're looking for somebody who is a licensed contractor who has one of the most experienced teams that East Tennessee has to offer. Over 100 yards for me and the new pup, Howie, and I've been satisfied since the final post went in the ground. 865-304-0955. That's 865-304-0955. We're online at TennesseeHome.us.
This report is sponsored by Positive Coaching Alliance.
Got issues with youth or high school sports? Positive Coaching Alliance can help. PCA, a national nonprofit, offers more than 1,000 free online resources for youth and high school sports coaches, parents, students, and administrators. Visit PCADevZone.org.
We have a lot of clouds lingering on this Tuesday, dropping a few flurries on this cold, extended freeze. High today only 25 degrees. Northeasterly wind at 5 to 10 miles per hour makes us feel even colder. In fact, the clearing tonight will drop us down to single digits, low of 9 by the morning. From the WVLT First Alert Weather Center, I'm Chief Meteorologist Heather Haley.
Hey Knoxville, it's your local State Farm agent, Josh Hemphill. When you combine State Farm home and auto insurance, you save an average of $889. Contact the Josh Hemphill team right here in Farragut at 865-675-3999.
Listening to us on the air. Free. Listening on the app. Free. Listening on our website. Free. No subscription required. Just free sports talk. All fact, no fluff. Honest, credible sports information from two guys that know the facts. Here's Josh and Swain on The Sports Animal.
Back on Josh and Swain. Thanks for being with us. We're on the sleigh ride each week, presented by Native Design. For 20 years, Native Design has transformed outdoor spaces into breathtaking retreats where families gather, friends connect, and memories are made. Call 865-310-3256 or visit nativetn.com. Mark in Harrogate in the text box. The sleigh ride, my favorite hour of the week, 10 toes down. Another text coming in. How about this? Next segment, we'll do Mississippi State tonight, Auburn coming up. This question, I think, is a good one based on what we were talking about. Mindset on offense. We talked about it a little bit off air a moment ago with Ron Slay. Mm-hmm. The question in the text box about Jemai Meshack offensively. How do they get him to be more aggressive on the offensive end? We know what he is as a defender, but the text came in. We were just discussing it. So, Ron, what do you think there? More offense from Jemai Meshack?
Yeah, I thought we saw a little bit of the Georgia game, the way teams are defending him, and I expect it to happen in these next two games as well, versus Mississippi State and Auburn, to have that big gap between them. So if you're not comfortable with shooting that outside shot, that 3-pointer or that 15-footer, you're gonna have to close the gap and get that floater going, man. That 2-foot little push shot, a little nice little push shot. Everybody has a little touch. You can develop touch to get that. I think that's the biggest thing. Like you're going to have to be a threat. I ain't telling you to break off the offense or anything, but when the ball's rotated to you, there's no need in him being a guy that's, pivoting and looking to get the ball up to someone. Or if that's the case, you're physically strong enough to go and set a ball screen and do a handoff. Like that's another thing. Like help get other guys open that that can be more comfortable in shooting the shot. Like he has it in him. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. But I think, man, it's about getting in there and trusting yourself, man, and just letting it fly. Like you can't, like I said, man, you've done enough work to get to this point. All of them have, man. Take your brain out. Like quit thinking. Like you gonna make a miss. The shot that you're not gonna shoot, that's a miss anyway. So you might as well put it up. Y'all a great team as far as hitting the glass. Like if you see the floor balanced enough, let it fly. You know what I'm saying? Like you did the work in the off season, and I understand that his hand or something's ailing with his hand or something. But man, you have to be a threat. You got to be able to go get 8 to 10 points. And if you can't get it like that, go in there and run into somebody and try to dunk on them. They're gonna try to block your shot. Nobody's taking charges, and charges nowadays are usually blocks. So go in there and run in and just try to take off on somebody. Make sure you knock your free throws down. It's ways to go get 8 to 10 points. It's a guarantee. And that'll definitely help this team.
Go be a threat. Go make the defense respect you out there. That will start with Mississippi State tonight. Last year, Mississippi State got Tennessee a couple of times, including that SEC tournament showing, which was not great. What does this Mississippi State team have for Tennessee tonight in Knoxville and Auburn on Saturday? We'll get to that in our final segment of this week's Sleigh Ride with Ron Slay when we come back. Each week, thanks to Native Design, right here on Josh and Swain.
Good morning, beat freaks. Who's ready to move? Let's start this day right.
Tasha's morning dance parties are meeting rave reviews.
Lose your phones and find your groove.
They need an ops manager to help their community dance the morning away.
I need Indeed.
Indeed you do. When you sponsor a job on Indeed, it's easier for talented candidates to find it, which makes it easier for you to hire them. Visit Indeed.com/credit and get $75 towards your first sponsored job. Terms and conditions apply.
Shopping with your parents can be embarrassing.
Why would they sell jeans with holes in them? I'm going to speak to the manager.
Mom!
That hoodie is giving. You should get it. YOLO.
Thanks to the Chase mobile app, your kid can shop independently while you keep an eye on their spending. So you can go from...
We can be twinsies.
...to...
How was shopping? Saw you stayed on budget.
Thanks, Mom. Freedom for kids, control for parents. That's family banking from Chase.
Account subject to approval. Chase mobile app is available for select mobile devices. Message and data rates may apply. JP Morgan Chase Bank N.A. member FDIC.
A new year, time for those resolutions. How about making resolutions you can actually keep this year? Like eating more wings. More specifically, the wings that changed it all. Big Kahuna Wings not only has the best wings you've ever tasted, they have delicious, fresh, made-to-order burgers, wraps, salads, and oh so much more. In 2025, Big Kahuna's getting even bigger. A new location is on the horizon. Follow us on social to find out more. Big Kahuna Wings, changing your taste buds forever.
Sarah, Happy New Year. You look amazing. How are things with you and Mark?
Lisa, I can't thank you enough for telling me about Men's Pro Knoxville. We've totally rediscovered each other. Mark's swagger is back. He's working out, and we're doing more as a family than laying around watching TV.
I told you, they're incredible. My husband and I had the same experience. It's like having that spark all over again, isn't it?
Exactly. It's more than the physical. It's the connection, the energy. It's the best gift we could have given ourselves.
This new year, make the resolution that changes it all. Men's Pro Knoxville brings you proven options for ED and enhancement. Reignite your drive, rebuild your confidence, and show up in the moments that matter most.
Here's to more love and more joy in the year ahead.
Cheers to that.
Book your appointment today at menspronknoxville.com or dial 865-544-8220. That's menspronknoxville.com or dial 865-544-8220. Men's Pro Knoxville, making it happen.
It's a new year, and it's time for a new you with New Balance Knoxville. Step into style with our latest 327s and classic 574s, perfect for the fashion-conscious, runners, got you covered too with updated 880s for your daily miles. And for those who need a little extra stability, try the all-new 1540 to keep you going strong. Visit New Balance Knoxville today, located in the suburban shopping center off Kingston Pike, just west of Westtown Mall. Shop local, stride into the new year in style.
Native Design, your local custom pool and hardscape specialist. For 20 years, Native Design has transformed outdoor spaces into breathtaking retreats where families gather, friends connect, and memories are made. Picture the pool of your dreams, a place to relax, entertain, and make any season unforgettable. Paired with excellent, durable hardscapes like custom decking and stonework, Native Design turns ordinary yards into exceptional escapes. Call 865-310-3256 or visit nativetn.com.
As we launch into 2025, the team at Senior Benefit Inc. wants to thank you for your steadfast support and wish you a healthy, happy, and prosperous new year.
Happy New Year from Food City and all of our associates. Thank you for shopping with us in 2024, and we can't wait to see you in 2025.
If your resolution is to cut through all the red tape of banking, let us help. Happy New Year from all of us at Alcoa Federal Credit Union.
We're back on Josh and Swain. Thank you for being with us. Thanks to the Native Design making the sleigh ride happen each week. Native Design, your local custom pool and hardscape specialist. Every week we get to talk to SEC basketball legend Ron Slays of VFL on 3HL on The Zone in Nashville each afternoon on the SEC Network. Where can people find you this week, by the way, before we dive into Tennessee's games tonight and Saturday? Where can people catch you on the tube this week, Ron?
Well, today I got Feinbaum at 6 Eastern, so I'll be on there. Then, of course, 3HL Monday through Friday, 3 to 6, and SEC Network tonight, breaking down the games after all of them are done, and same thing for Saturday, all day long on Saturday, though.
The Boom Boom Room is mobile. Ron Slay on the road, and we have big week of hoops action. And tonight, Tennessee against Mississippi State. Mississippi State kind of handled Tennessee last year, and this is a good team. Again, you saw them last week. Before we get to Auburn on Saturday, what do you think about this one tonight for the Vols?
Mississippi State comes back. They're a better team, especially when you look at them offensively. They get the work done. It's not just Josh Hubbard scoring and a lot of guys trying to get them open. You now added Melendez, who came from Georgia, who's a potent scorer. He kind of got that Chaz attitude a little bit as far as, you want him to – I know Coach Jansen would love for him to do more as far as putting the ball in the hole because he can play. And he's starting to pick it up. He was very vital in that win against Ole Miss at home. Cam Matthews is another guy, physically imposed, and always seems to bring his hard hat, especially when he plays Tennessee. As we remember last year going into the tournament, kind of pretty much dominated at the point forward spot. Riley Kugel's back. Transferred in from Florida, so that gives them another threat from outside. Claudell Harris is another guy. All the guys that you were looking around saying DJ Jeffrey's not going to score or Cam Matthews not going to shoot from outside, they got people to supplement those spots now. And Kugel, Melendez, and Claudell Harris being added from the transfer portal, along with Josh Hubbard, who's one of the best guards in the country when it comes to putting that ball in the hole, and he's doing a better job leading them the guys down low. So Keyshawn Murphy is another guy you got to 10 with. Milicic ought to have his hands full with him, and Cam Matthews is always a load. Another guy that's just like Meshack challenging for that SEC Defensive Player of the Year. So you got to have your hard hit on and your boots tied tight. This will be a fight.
If there's one player you can go in the locker room and tap your index finger on their chest and go, hey, man, we need it from you tonight. You the key tonight. Which player would that be?
Darlington Dubois. In this game tonight, because that's what everybody else doing what's expected of them to do. Dubois, I need him to go out and be that guy that can neutralize Keyshawn Murphy, Cam Matthews, make them have to defend on the other end. Like, be that guy, man, that you have to be accounted for on both ends of the floor, and if not, you make them pay. That's exactly what I mean. And I mean, give me 12 and 6, 12-6, a block. 2 steals. And I'll take the 3 turnovers that's going to come with it. But give me that right there. And if we get that with everybody else doing what they're supposed to, you win this game by 6 or 8 points.
Auburn on the road on Saturday, Ron?
Man. Whew. Man, yeah.
Man.
First, come mentally focused. First and foremost. Like, you understand what it means to play Auburn. You've seen the history between these two teams. This game right here usually indicates which team was going to probably win the SEC championship or at least be fighting for it at the end. And we ain't even got to the basketball part of it yet. Like, this means more to them because of who their coach is and who their assistant coach is, more than just the basketball game. They want to win this. They want to win this matchup every single time, and rightfully so. So you got to understand that. You can say, that was another team, this, that, and the other. Well, it's the same damn coach, and it's got the same mindset, and it transfers that same energy to his players. They will be ready to go. They got guys from the point guard all the way to the bigs. The bigs got to come to play. If Janai Broome doesn't play, they're not as deep on the interior, but they are a slight bit better defensively because of all the shot blocking and the long, rangy, athletic guys they got back there on the front line. But the guards, they'll take it. They'll take it. They break the play off. They ain't waiting to set up no double screen. They will take the ball and they will go one-on-one and get the bucket that they want. So be strong with the ball, passing in the passing lanes and whatever. Like, secure the ball, man. Secure the ball.
One word answer from you, because we up against it. Who wants to beat Tennessee more, Bruce Pearl or Stephen Pearl?
Ooh. Probably at this point, Stephen Pearl.
Yeah.
Bruce won't it.
That's what I thought.
But Stephen is waiting in. He's waiting in the wings, so he want to be able to take over and say he got something up on his belt for that one.
I figured.
It's going to be a big week. We'll say that every week. This SEC season is already off to a start that I think we all thought it could be. This league is wild, Ron.
It's only going to get better.
Yeah. Yep. All right, message of the day, take your brains out. You got to put them back in. Don't forget to do that, but take your brains out.
You need them in the real world.
My kids lost their brains. They got to go find them and put them back in. But Tennessee, leave them in the locker room, put them back in after the game. Ron Slay every week. We're on the Sleigh Ride thanks to Native Design, your local custom pool and hardscape specialist. Local company, Jacob Dunaway and the team there, they'll take care of you. NativeTN.com is the website. Ron, look forward to seeing you on the SEC Network. Look forward to talking to you next week about whatever will have happened over the next 4 and 5 days.
Wins. 2
wins. That's it.
Yeah, man.
2 wins.
Shouldn't be a problem.
2 wins. Let's go.
All right, man.
Ron, you're the best. We appreciate you. We'll talk to you next week.
I appreciate y'all.
Ron Slay, you'll find him on the SEC Network. He's on 3HL, and every single week, every Tuesday afternoon from 1 until 2 o'clock. Surely you missed none of the hour, but if you did, you can go back and listen. We podcast it right afterwards. You can go back and check out the Sleigh Ride. Good stuff this week.
Yeah, I won't miss Ron Slay breaking down the games after the slate of games tonight either.
That's right.
I will sacrifice my sleep to support our guy Ron Slay tonight. That's for sure.
Although Saturday, I was like, give Ron a 5-minute window here.
They're working them. That's good, though.
That's right. The job has to continue on. We'll continue on with 1 hour to go, inviting you to join us. Call or text at 865-656-9900. Jay Busby of Yahoo Sports at 2:30. We're here until 3 o'clock as we continue on Josh and Swain.
Hey, it's Rich Eisen here. Join me and my compadre, Chris Brockman, every Monday on the Overreaction Monday podcast as we dive into the latest headlines across the NFL playoffs.
Well, Rich, okay, you were late to this party.
Obviously, it would be surprising, but not shocking. And that's the thing I loved about watching a lot of these games, man. Come react or overreact with us leading up to the big game.
Overreaction Monday. Follow and listen on your favorite platform.
It's game over, man.
Hey, it's Josh. I want to tell you about Wilson Brothers Plumbing. We are in the middle of the winter months. The winter weather is here right now. If you run into an issue anytime here with these winter temperatures hitting and you need help, you can contact Wilson Brothers Plumbing and they will help you. They're a local company. They are focused every single day on helping people in East Tennessee. Wilson Brothers Plumbing has helped us at our home. We have relied on Wilson Brothers Plumbing to help when we ran into an underground leak issue. They took care of it for us. They helped us with a project that we had planned at our home a couple of years ago. If you're planning a remodeling project or if at any point you run into a problem or want to avoid them, preventative maintenance. Wilson Brothers Plumbing can help you there as well, making sure you're good to go, or if you have concerns about potential issues that could occur, get in touch with the professionals at Wilson Brothers Plumbing. Close to 25 years helping people here in East Tennessee. Call Wilson Brothers at 865-415-1537 or visit wilsonbrothersplumbing.com. That's wilsonbrothersplumbing.com. Wilson Brothers, the proof is in the plumbing.
This has been a paid announcement.
Tyler here for Smoky Cigars. This month, it's Drew Estate Month, with all Drew Estate boxes discounted 20%. That includes Liga Privada while supplies last. Check out the cigar of the month, the Nica Rustica Broadleaf. Buy 3, get 1 free. Only at Smoky's, Knoxville Cigar Store.
Fort Sanders Health and Fitness is now Covenant Health Fitness Center. Same great service, new name, no long-term contracts. Visit us at Pellissippi Parkway and Kingston Pike for a free 3-day trial. Visit covenanthealth.com/fitness-center or call 531-5000.
Enjoy up to 70% off premium products, designer handbags, gift cards from national chains, autographed sports memorabilia, cruises, hotel accommodations, and more. SweetDeals.com. Click Premium.
Marble City Family Chiropractic now offers cupping. If you're suffering from chronic pain or muscle tension and you've tried everything from medications to physical therapy with little relief, it's time to try cupping. Cupping uses suction to stimulate blood flow and promote healing in targeted areas of the body. It's safe, not invasive, and has been used for centuries to relieve pain and improve your overall health. Don't let chronic pain hold you back any longer. Call Marble City Family Chiropractic today and experience the benefits for yourself. Visit MarbleCityChiropractic.com to schedule your appointment.
A new year, time for those resolutions. How about making resolutions you can actually keep this year? Like eating more wings. More specifically, the wings that changed it all. Big Kahuna Wings not only has the best wings you've ever tasted, they have delicious, fresh, made-to-order burgers, wraps, salads, and oh so much more. In 2025, Big Kahuna's getting even bigger. A new location is on the horizon. Follow us on social to find out more. Big Kahuna Wings, changing your taste buds forever.
You are losing money if you do not add a deck before you sell your home. That's why you need to call James Anthony, 304-0955. You can also see what you can do online. That's at TennesseeHome.us. We're talking 20 years of experience and not just squares and rectangles. If you're looking for somebody who can bring customization to your home, call James Anthony at Tennessee Home, 304-0955, 304-0955, or TennesseeHome.us.
Hey, Knoxville, it's your local State Farm agent, Josh Hemphill. When you combine State Farm home and auto insurance, you save an average of $889. Contact the Josh Hemphill team right here in Powell at 865-512-7542.
This is WNML-FM Friendsville, WNML-AM Knoxville, Cumulus Media Stations, broadcasting worldwide from the Budweiser Studios. We are 99.1 The Sports Animal.
This is Andrew Perloff with a Sports Minute sponsored by TGL, presented by SoFi. Tune in every week for TGL matches. Notre Dame came up short, but they had an impressive run this year. Injuries and probably less talent doomed them against Ohio State. But don't think it'll always be like that. Coach Marcus Freeman is recruiting at the highest level. They didn't blow their shot. They're just at the beginning of what could be a great run under Freeman. I'm Andrew Perloff.
All right, when it comes to getting life insurance for your family, a lot of excuses can get in the way. But ask yourself this. If something were to happen to me, who would pay the mortgage, the kids' education, and the other bills? Then forget the excuses and check out Ethos Life, the online, easy way to get life insurance in 10 minutes. Ethos has rates that you can afford, like a $500,000 policy for a 40-year-old male starting at $1 a day or $30 a month with a few health questions and no medical exam. Get your free quote right now at checkethos.com. That's checkethos.com. Not available in all states. Rates do vary.
This is a story of the one. As a maintenance specialist for University Housing, he knows college students can major in wear and tear. Plus, housing so many students doesn't leave a lot of room to house all the supplies he needs. That's where Grainger comes in. With over 1 million industrial-grade products and fast, dependable delivery, Grainger carries the quality products he needs so he doesn't have to. From a new door hinge to a whole new faucet. Call, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Hey, East Tennessee, it's Jake Newton at West Knoxville Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram. New Ram trucks as much as $20,000 off MSRP.
Hour number 3 of Josh and Swain is here. Thank you for being with us. VFL, former Tennessee wide receiver Jason Swain is here. I'm Josh Ward. Swain, the Chicago Bears, 3 minutes ago, announced their new head coach, Ben Johnson. Congrats to you. New era begins.
Thanks, Josh. Appreciate that, man. Your day is coming soon.
How would you describe soon or define it?
Before the season.
So your prediction here is that the Raiders will have a head coach. Is that what you mean by my day?
Yeah. I mean, here in a couple days, I think y'all should go after Cliff Kingsbury, but that's just me.
Well, they tried for him as OC last year.
Yeah, I know.
Kind of messed that up, but
that's probably why he didn't get him. He's beneath that. He has Jay Daniels. He's in a better position right now. You got to make him head coach if you want him.
We're congratulating your Bears here. We're not talking
about you too, man.
Thank you for that.
Yeah,
thank you for that.
I mean, I don't mind scoring, but I like to make sure that my teammates score too. I want you to have a good coach.
Yeah, more than one can eat.
Well, that's what they say.
That's what they say. Ohio State won the national championship, so we know that.
As expected.
We decided that Tennessee finishes tied for second.
No, I said Tennessee was 7, 8, or 9 AP poll.
Well, 9th by the Associated Press poll. But, bias and all that stuff.
Of course,
yeah. Tennessee lost to the eventual national champ in the first round of the playoff. Was not the most competitive game, but neither was the Oregon game for Ohio State. Notre Dame made it competitive late. Credit to the Irish for the way they battled back. The best team won the game last night, but Notre Dame had a shot there in the fourth quarter. It was still going to take a lot of work. It took a ton just to be in that kind of position, but the supreme talent rose to the top in the college football playoff, Ohio State winning it all.
Yeah, 1,000%, man. They fought. Didn't give up. Notre Dame fans, alumni, past players should be very proud of what this Notre Dame team was able to accomplish, and I don't see them turning around and going backwards. I only see them continuing to do what they've been able to do, and they'll attract players from the portal. They'll attract players in recruiting from high school. They'll attract a good quarterback. So, I mean, I see Marcus Freeman come back up to the house and knocking on the door again in the future.
Success has returned to the North. Michigan won the title last year. Ohio State this year. Notre Dame was a runner-up.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Big Ten's the best conference right now. And for some SEC fans, they may not like that, but I mean that's just what it is. I mean,
Feinbaum had a tough time on ESPN this morning.
Did he?
Yeah, he had a tough time with it.
I mean, I understand, man. I understand who's stroking them checks his way and what network he's on. I get it. And SEC has been prideful and he's been dominant for so long. But the last 2 years, Michigan, Ohio State, and listen, you go look at Ohio State and the players that they're able to get. Their two best players are from SEC footprint states. So but hey, they recruited them. They were able to get them on their team, and so they should be credited for that. But yeah, the SEC, Georgia had a severe injury at quarterback that changed things for them. Texas they were good at Michigan. I think that's kind of where they peaked offensively, and they just kind of sputtered around. It seemed like had some injuries on offense, especially with the wide receivers. I think LSU is going to be a player, this year. They'll be a team that has something to say from the SEC. But right now, man, it's Ohio State. They're the best team in the land, and they'll be right back in the hunt next year.
Did you see who's favored to win the Heisman Trophy according to Bet Online for next year?
All quarterbacks. It's embarrassing.
This is just one side, and this is subject to change. It's January 21st.
That's why the Heisman Trophy gets on my nerves, because you can't tell me that the best players in college football are quarterbacks. Why is Jeremiah Smith not on that list?
Well, Smith is on this list that I saw.
On that-
so you have
okay, I'm on a
two
different list then.
non-quarterbacks. This is Bet Online.
Okay, I'm on a different list then.
He's tied for the third best odds. Ryan Williams is on the list, way down at 25-1. The favorite, this again, according to Bet Online, it's January 21st. A lot can happen between now and the kickoff. And obviously the season being played. Arch Manning is the favorite. Then Garrett Nussmeier, Cade Klubnik at Clemson. Nussmeier's LSU's quarterback. Jeremiah Smith, DJ Lagway at Florida. Drew Aller at 16-1. John Mateer, transfer quarterback. Lenore Sellers and Nico, all at 16-1. Carson Beck at Miami. Julian Sayin, who is waiting in the wings at Ohio State, 18-1. Then Dante Moore at Oregon and Ryan Williams at Alabama.
Yeah, so what I'm looking at is
You have a
FanDuel.
different list. Is it FanDuel?
Yeah,
Okay.
FanDuel, and Jeremiah Smith is the only non-quarterback on the list. Jeremiah Smith should be higher than any other quarterback except for maybe like Arch, maybe Carson Beck. But
That's more love than I would have expected for Arch going in. I recognize why he's getting that love. He's at Texas and he's Arch Manning, but he'll be a new starter.
maybe Nussmeier, but yeah, Jeremiah Smith should be very, very, very high. Not 17-1 odds. He should be a little bit higher than that. He was the best receiver as a true freshman. He's only going to get better. He's going to get better.
I know you love the play they ran for him on that first touchdown.
Oh, yeah, it was great. I think Alabama ran it against
Ohio State 5 years ago.
Yeah.
With Devontae Smith.
Yeah, so I mean it's great. We've seen it in the league too. I mean the Kansas City Chiefs. I've seen Andy Reid run that. I think Miko Hartman. They run it with Miko Hartman where you get that man-to-man coverage and you fake like you're gonna motion him across the line of scrimmage, behind the line to the opposite side. You get that DB sprinting to try to keep up, and then you just
swing him back
out to the original side where he was lined up, and you hit him. Usually he's wide open. So it was a great play call. It's usually a red zone play call, and if you get red zone man-to-man, man, it's a good time to call it.
Paul Feinbaum on ESPN this morning said, quote, "The Big Ten at the moment owns college football, and there's no way you can say it doesn't. It's an uncomfortable feeling for the SEC, which has owned the sport, but it's a reality this morning."
Yeah, I mean, the SEC has ran things for over a decade straight, and even longer than that. So, all right, Big Ten, you got this year, last year. Can you maintain? Can you do what the SEC has done? The answer is no, because really at the end of the day, you're going to have the best players from the SEC. They still get drafted as a conference. SEC teams just have to figure out how to make sure they have good coaching and paying the right players at the right positions and get a little luck on your side with staying healthy.
ESPN's Mark Schlabach with his way too early top 25. I saw somebody else, they described it the never too early top 25. I like that. Never too early.
It's never too early.
But Schlabach had Tennessee number 19 in his top 25 for next year. Tennessee number 19 elsewhere from the SEC. Texas number 2, Georgia number 5, LSU number 8, South Carolina number 10, Alabama number 12, Florida number 18, then Texas A&M at 22, Ole Miss at 25.
Yeah, I'm not going to sit here and complain about that number, 19. I can't complain about that. Like this time last year, you had the bowl game to kind of go off of.
Mm-hmm.
The last game to go off of is not necessarily what I want to do, to look at or go off of, because there's not a lot you can take positive from Tennessee's last game.
Not much.
Peyton Lewis was he was a bright spot.
Yeah.
Nico's toughness, if he ever had a question, which I don't know why he would.
Right.
He answered that. I think it made it clear what Nico needed around him. I thought Ricky Gibson competed his butt off as much as he could. I mean, listen, he was beat at birth on that day. So, but it's hard to look at that game, Tennessee's last game, and go, no, man, Tennessee should be higher than 19. That ain't fair. I have no argument right now with that ranking.
Right.
Not right now.
In the text box, have you heard about or mentioned the Chompers' new transfer quarterback? Had that news yesterday.
Yeah, former Tennessee quarterback Harrison Bailey, who transferred to UNLV, didn't play at UNLV, was third string there, went to Louisville, was a backup there, and now he's going to be the backup at Florida. Big deal. What? I didn't say a bad joke. Why are you laughing? It's not a big deal. The only way it's a big deal for Tennessee fans is because he's a former Tennessee quarterback. That's the only reason it's on message boards. It's been tweeted from accounts that cover Tennessee football, a newspaper that cover Tennessee football. That's the only reason, because it's content, and if you don't put it out there, somebody else will. So everybody has to put it out. 247, VolQuest, the newspaper, all these blogs, Harrison Bailey signed with Florida. Who gives a damn? Who cares?
Is it not a big deal to you?
No, it's
We'll continue. 865-656-9900. Speaking of the content that you wanted, Swain, Richard noted that a guy stopped and asked him why he was carrying a 6-foot book.
Bring on the dad joke. Bring on the dad joke. What you got?
Richard replied, "It's a long story."
Oh, man.
6-foot book?
Yeah, I like yesterday's better, though.
Yeah.
Yesterday's was pretty good. That was pretty good. I mean, that was pretty good, man. That's one you tell the kids around the table at dinner.
In the YouTube chat also, it's suggested, well, what if Harrison Bailey beats out DJ Lagway? We'll come back, 865-656-9900. You got
That's a funny dad joke right there.
That one redeemed?
That was an awesome dad joke.
Got to compete. We'll come back. We have an attaboy to hand out. Jay Busby of Yahoo this hour. We're with you until 3 on Josh and Swain.
Your odds to win 99.1 The Sports Animal's biggest prizes just got better. We now draw one member of our email club, The Jungle, as an instant finalist in contests with a grand prize value over $500. Club members get links to our latest blogs and videos, plus a layout of Sports Animal programming and the biggest sporting events of the weekend. To make sure you receive our weekly Sports Animal emails, visit our website at 991thesportsanimal.com and sign up for The Jungle Email Club.
Fellas, it's 2025, and it's time for you to get back to your best. If you're feeling tired, grumpy, you've noticed a lack of motivation and drive, weight gain, or loss of muscle mass, these are signs of low testosterone levels, and it's time to get those levels checked. Low T Center can help you do that with their simple on-site lab. Low T Center, they don't have typical doctors there at their office. Their physicians specialize in treating low T with testosterone replacement therapy, or TRT. The experts there have over a decade of experience helping patients, and super important, their personal treatment plans are optimized for each patient. These are not standard basic treatments. Also, you can get your health evaluated for treatment with prescription GLP-1 weight loss medications. Again, let's get you back to feeling your best. Go to the website, lowtcenter.com, to book your appointment online today. That's lowtcenter.com. Low T Center, reinventing men's healthcare.
This has been a paid announcement.
Spring is here, and you're probably flipping through the television channels watching all the home improvement shows, right? Because you want to make your outdoor space look the absolute best. First phone call needs to be the Tennessee Home to my friend James Anthony. 304-0955. 20 years of experience, and how many fencing contractors in town can also turn around and build you the perfect deck for you to start making memories all throughout the spring and summer. James Anthony. The only phone call you need to make is the Tennessee Home. 304-0955 or TennesseeHome.us.
If you're living with dry age-related macular degeneration or dry AMD, you may be at risk for developing geographic atrophy or GA. GA can be unpredictable and progress rapidly, leading to irreversible vision loss. Now there's something you can do to
slow it down and get it going slower.
Izervay is proven to slow GA progression.
Izervay. gets GA going slower.
Izervay or avacincaptad Pagel is a prescription eye injection used to treat GA. Don't take it if you have an infection or active swelling in or around your eye. Izervay can cause eye infection, retinal detachment, or increased risk of wet AMD. Izervay may temporarily increase eye pressure. Your vision may be impaired after an eye injection or exam. Don't delay. Ask your doctor about Izervay today.
Izervay gets GA going slower.
Visit Izervay.com. That's IZERVAY.com.
Paid for by Estella's Pharma.
A new year, time for those resolutions. How about making resolutions you can actually keep this year? Like eating more wings. More specifically, the wings that changed it all. Big Kahuna Wings not only has the best wings you've ever tasted, they have delicious, fresh, made-to-order burgers, wraps, salads, and oh so much more. In 2025, Big Kahuna's getting even bigger. A new location is on the horizon. Follow us on social to find out more. Big Kahuna Wings, changing your taste buds forever.
Join Tyler and Will this Friday afternoon at Oak Ridge Nissan at the corner of Illinois Avenue and the Turnpike in Oak Ridge. Make that short 10-minute drive from anywhere to Oak Ridge and save thousands. This Friday afternoon, starting at 3 at Oak Ridge Nissan with Tyler and Will in 99.1, the Sports Animal.
Temperatures are dropping, and if you're starting a DIY project this winter, you need cold weather building materials. A.G. Hines Company in downtown Knoxville has everything you need, materials, tools, and more than 100 years experience to answer your questions and help you get the job done right. Make them the best first stop you can make when it comes to your winter construction and do-it-yourself projects. Visit them in-store or online at aghines.com. A.G. Hines Company. That's AGHEINS.com.
Need a new roof? You need Mo Shingles. Need new siding? You need Mo Shingles. Mo Shingles, locally owned and operated with an A-plus Better Business Bureau rating and over 100 5-star reviews. Free estimates, moshingles.com, 770-0506.
Everything is more expensive than ever before. Well, except for the sports animal. Always free on the air and on the stream. Always. 99.1 The Sports Animal.
This is Coach Josh Heupel. You're listening to Josh and Swain on 99.1 The Sports Animal.
This is Josh and Swain. Thank you for being with us. We'll talk to Jay Busby of Yahoo in 10 minutes. He was there to cover the national championship game last night. He covered Tennessee football a couple times this year. So we'll talk to Jay here in 10 minutes. We'll be with you until 3 o'clock. Still time to talk to you at 865-656-9900. Justin in the – well, I'll read this one before we get to the question. Jason texted in. This is from the app. Hey, Swain, thanks for having the best name in the world. Jason?
Yes, sir.
That's my name. Get on them quarterbacks. They're prima donnas. This Jason was a wide receiver as well.
Okay. Oh, man.
Yep. Quarterbacks, prima donnas. Definitely not wide receivers.
Yeah,
Definitely not.
We are too, for sure.
Justin in Morristown, if you can pick who was the Tennessee player that hurt the most to hit the transfer portal for football? Which Tennessee player lost in the portal hurts the most?
Jason Jenkins, because the name is Jason. And he spells it right, too.
He does have a Y in there.
Yeah.
Well, he would rank high if we said, okay, who's the best player that they lost? He's high on that list. Squirrel produced at wide receiver for sure, but I don't know how impactful his loss is. I would consider Jalen Smith at linebacker because that's a position group that has to improve. Now depth has to be replaced as well. He would have a chance to develop. Jenkins, though, he went to Florida State. Smith went to Mississippi State, so if you look at where they ended up landing. But defensive line, I probably trust the group to replace Jenkins more than I trust the linebackers right now to replace Smith. So I'd probably look at it between those two, Jenkins and Smith.
Which one's the better player?
I think probably Jenkins.
Well, that's why I'm going with Jenkins.
Okay.
Yeah. I mean, I'm going to go with the better player because we saw how the defensive line was able to cover up some shortcomings with the linebackers, okay?
Mm-hmm.
And you're losing Pierce, you're losing Omar Norman Lott, you're losing, other guys on that defensive line that are moving on. And so it's important for Jason Jenkins and Joshua Josephs and those guys to move forward and take over now. And Jenkins won't be doing that because he's gone. So that's why I'd say he's the most important to me. Jalen Smith played because of injury. Well, Jenkins played because he was good enough to play in the rotation with a bunch of guys that's going to play at the next level.
Yep.
And so I'm going with Jason Jenkins. It always starts up front for me. That's who I'm rolling with.
You hope the answer, not because you don't want him to do well, but you hope the answer is not Cam Seldon. And I say that because if Tennessee...
It's not Cam Seldon.
I don't think it is. But if he goes on and he ends up blowing up like Tennessee thought that he could when they signed him, and then Tennessee doesn't have a big producer at running back, that's what you hope doesn't happen.
Yeah, it won't. It's not Cam Seldon for me. Because I think if he was ready to play, make plays, then he would have been out there making plays. I mean, there was a lot that was said about Cam Seldon. They did a lot to get him.
Mm-hmm. It's a weird year for him.
And he just didn't do anything. I mean,
Right.
he had the injury. Don't get me wrong, but I just think when you look at his size and him running straight in a straight line, he's fast. But running back is more than that. Running back is about having vision, being able to stop on the dime, changing directions, having good body lean. He was a guy that they tried to get him to get under his pads, a little bit lower, and it just never really came together for him here at running back. So that's why Deshaun Bishop passed him up. So you got someone that barely had any big time offers pass up a guy that we did everything to get and had bigger offers than what Bishop had. That should tell you something right there. So
If they were both in the portal, would Virginia Tech have gone after Seldon or Bishop? And maybe that's not a fair question. Seldon's from Virginia, right? But who would they go after first?
I mean, they probably would go after Seldon just because of his size and his speed. And they would say, we can fix him. That's what all coaches do, right?
That is what they do.
We can fix him. I can fix him. I mean, coaches have that ego. They feel like, oh, well, I can turn him into this, or I can turn him into that. It can work in my system. That's how coaches think.
Ohio State went after Quinshon Judkins and Caleb Downs and Will Howard. That worked out. Jay Busby, Yahoo Sports, saw them in person last night covering the national title game in Atlanta. He joins us next as we continue right here on Josh and Swain.
The 99.1 The Sports Animal podcast channel is presented by Vols Snacks. Check them out today at volssnacks.com.
Bring a whole new meaning to your backyard barbecue with a new deck. Tennessee Home is your local trusted deck and fencing specialist. Call today for a free, no-pressure design appointment at 865-304-0955 or visit them online, tennesseehome.us.
The great thing about sports is it never stops. Here's another 60-second sports minute on The Sports Animal.
Ohio State is the college football playoff national champion after defeating Notre Dame 34-23 in Atlanta last night. Will Howard with 231 yards through the air and a pair of scores. Quinshon Judkins 100 yards on the ground and 2 touchdown runs as the Buckeyes win their first national championship since 2014. The 6th-ranked Tennessee Volunteers are at home tonight against 14th-ranked Mississippi State in a top 15 SEC showdown. The Vols are coming off a close loss to Vanderbilt over the weekend. Tip-off tonight is at 7 o'clock. Coverage begins at 6:30 right here on The Sports Animal. Other ranked teams in action tonight at 7 o'clock. Number 4, Alabama takes on Vanderbilt. 19th-ranked UConn battles Butler. At 7:30, number 11, Purdue hosts Ohio State. 8 o'clock, number 3, Iowa State hosts UCF. Number 10, Marquette visits Seton Hall. At 9 o'clock, number 22, Missouri visits Texas. Number 23, West Virginia hosts Arizona State. I'm Joel Silverberg.
Knoxville's premier fitness destination is Covenant Health Fitness Center, formerly known as Fort Sanders Health and Fitness Center. There's 85 group fitness classes each week offering everything from yoga, bar, and Pilates to boot camp and endurance spin classes. You would have to spend hundreds of dollars and run all over town to do all of those workouts, or you can do them all at Covenant Health Fitness Center. Their classes cover the spectrum, plus they've got the indoor heated pool that's open all year round, indoor tennis, pickleball, basketball, and racquetball courts, plus amenities like a sauna and a whirlpool in both of the locker rooms. And I haven't even mentioned the weight room yet. They have everything from free weights to state-of-the-art machines and cardio equipment. 2025 is the year you make your health your number one priority at Covenant Health Fitness Center. All memberships are month to month, and there's no long-term commitment, and childcare is included with the family membership. Try it for free and see if you like it. Call 531-5000 or visit covenanthealth.com/fitness-center.
Need to add a little fun to your life? You need to stop by Games and Things today. We have everything you want to make your home the fun place to be. Pool tables from Brunswick and Olhausen, your favorite classic arcade games, as well as Golden Tee Golf and virtual pinball, shuffleboard, skee ball, air hockey, table tennis, darts, and the largest selection of quality bar stools and home theater seating in East Tennessee. Located at the corner of Kingston Pike and Lovell Road, and online at ourgameroom.com. Games and Things, because life should be fun.
Sarah, Happy New Year. You look amazing. How are things with you and Mark?
Lisa, I can't thank you enough for telling me about Men's Pro Knoxville. We've totally rediscovered each other. Mark's swagger is back. He's working out, and we're doing more as a family than laying around watching TV.
I told you, they're incredible. My husband and I had the same experience. It's like having that spark all over again, isn't it?
Exactly. It's more than the physical. It's the connection, the energy. It's the best gift we could have given ourselves.
This new year, make the resolution that changes it all. Men's Pro Knoxville brings you proven options for ED and enhancement. Reignite your drive, rebuild your confidence, and show up in the moments that matter most.
Here's to more love and more joy in the year ahead.
Cheers to that.
Book your appointment today at menspronknoxville.com or dial 865-544-8220. That's menspronknoxville.com or dial 865-544-8220. Men's Pro Knoxville, making it happen.
Break out of those winter blues and head to your local Salsaritas Fresh Mexican Grill for lunch or dinner with friends, family, and coworkers. At Salsaritas, your meal is prepped right before your eyes. Planning a small gathering at home or just need a quick dinner idea? Pick up a Salsaritas Fiesta Pack. It's a taco dinner pack that everyone will love, including perfectly seasoned meats, toppings, wildly addictive chips, and fresh-made salsas. Order on the app and pick up on the way home. Salsaritas makes it easy to enjoy your fresh Mexican favorites. Salsaritas, it's better here.
For a flavor explosion like no other, Super Chicks is here to satisfy your cravings. Super Chicks offers tender, juicy chicken served grilled or hand-breaded and cooked to crispy golden perfection. That's the Super Chicks promise. From our famous chicken sandwiches and tenders to fresh salads and legendary sauce bar, we've got it all. And don't forget about our hand-cut fries or creamy custard for dessert. Super Chicks, now with 2 super locations in front of Target on Clinton Highway and in Farragut across from Farragut High School. Super Chicks, it's clucking awesome.
Looking for the sweetest deals in town? Look no further than 991thesportsanimal.com. Sweet deals are your chance to experience some of the finest restaurants and attractions East Tennessee has to offer, and these sweet deals are half off. So whether you're looking for pizza and sandwiches for lunch or a relaxing dinner with family and friends, Sweet Deals has it all. Visit 991thesportsanimal.com today and treat yourself to the sweetest deals in town. Sweet Deals, because everyone deserves a sweet deal.
This report is sponsored by Positive Coaching Alliance.
Got issues with youth or high school sports? Positive Coaching Alliance can help. PCA, a national nonprofit, offers more than 1,000 free online resources for youth high school sports coaches, parents, students, and administrators. Visit PCADevZone.org.
The dangerously cold conditions continue. Make sure you're limiting time outside, really covering up that skin as we only warm to 25 today, mostly cloudy, dropping a few flurries with a cold wind out of the northeast at 5 to 10 miles per hour. Even colder tonight as the sky clears down to 9 degrees. From the WVLT First Alert Weather Center, I'm Chief Meteorologist Heather Haley.
Johnson, I've been hearing about this internet thing. Anything to it?
Yeah, boss. We had Cumulus Digital design and run our website.
Will an internet help our sales?
Already has. Plus, Cumulus Digital helps us rank high on search engines.
Whoa, one thing at a time, Johnson.
CumulusDigital.com.
This is Josh and Swain.
I'm trying to watch the Bears press conference over here.
Maybe Ben Johnson can draft Harrison Bailey coming up in the year. We'll stop there. Jay Busby joins us, Yahoo Sports. He joins us on the Stanley Fencing and Gates hotline. We have a national championship result last night, Jay. Tennessee basketball has a big game against a quality Mississippi State team tonight. Bears fan Jason Swain over here is trying to skip the show so we can watch introductory press conferences of Ben Johnson, the new head coach there.
Yeah, I mean that's fine by me. I'm done. I mean, just pipe it on through. We can all watch it together and see how it goes. Yeah, I mean you got to hold on to that kind of hope when you're a Bears fan. It doesn't come around often.
I'm a Raiders fan, so I don't have anything to watch. So might as well watch it with him. That was something to watch in the postseason run by Ohio State, wasn't it? The regular season was a disappointment overall. We know how it ended against Michigan, but what they did in the playoffs was a flex of what they had. What did you think seeing it in person with that win against Notre Dame last night for the title?
Yeah, I mean, that was just some relentless, grown-ass football. I mean, I don't really need to tell Tennessee this, and I don't need to rub it in too much, but wow, that was an Ohio State team that just really knew what it was doing and executed on every level. So it was, it felt inevitable almost from that very first Ohio State drive.
We know, Jay. We know.
I know. I feel you. I feel you. I feel you. I've got relations at Alabama, so they don't. They didn't even factor into this. I went to a small college in Virginia, so I don't even get close. So my hat is off to Tennessee that actually made the playoff, and regardless of how it turned out after that.
How do you think the SEC will respond? I mean, Big Ten champions last 2 years, SEC. Lost 2 games to Ohio State in the playoffs. How do you think the SEC will respond?
Well, I think that there's going to be a regional tax, payroll tax that's going to be put on every single person in the SEC, greater SEC area. So, we'll all contribute we'll all tithe an extra 10% of our earnings and buy us a better team here in this region. But, I mean, in all honesty, that's probably what's going to happen. There's going to be, we already saw it out of Alabama. The athletic director started trying to twist people's arms and say, hey, if we're going to compete, we need more money. You're going to see that at other SEC schools. Sometimes the simplest solution is the correct one. Ohio State paid a lot of money in NIL and managed to get excellent players at every single position. I don't see that happening every single year just because that's tough to pull off, and there is only a limited number of 5-stars to go around. But yeah, I think that the SEC is going to renew its efforts to make sure that the best players don't leave SEC country and that a few more come in.
On the Notre Dame side, what did you take from seeing the Irish, the start they had, what a drive that was? They fought back to have a shot at least in the fourth quarter. What did you think seeing that from Marcus Freeman's team on the losing side of the national title game?
Yeah, I mean, we mythologize all these Notre Dame teams about, Rudy and win one for the Gipper and all that sort of stuff, and having heart when you don't have talent, which is there's something to that. I mean, there's something kind of silly and hokey about it, but there's also something to the fact that this was a team that could not hang with Ohio State. I mean, the line was 8.5 to start, and it probably shouldn't have even been that close. This was not a team that was going to be able to sustain that first drive that they had. But they showed a great deal of heart. They showed a great deal of fortitude. They were broken up afterward. I mean, Jack Kaiser was in the press conference just bawling his eyes out, and the rest of the team was similarly distraught. This is a team that really was built from the ground up. It was much more of a long-term operation than Ohio State has been, this particular Ohio State roster. And there's something to that. I mean, Marcus Freeman really is the kind of guy that you will run through a wall for. And so, yeah, I think that Notre Dame is around for a long time. I don't think that you can necessarily take too much out of the fact that they got blown out there in the championship game, because pretty much anybody would have. But this is a Notre Dame program that I think is set up to be in these conversations for a long time.
Going over to the NFL playoffs, Jay, are we going to see Patrick Mahomes officiated a little differently this week, considering so much awareness has been brought about how he was officiated last week?
Yeah, I think it's kind of human nature. There's this old line about how, there's an old study done about home field advantage, and all of the lines about, sleeping in your own bed and not having to travel and having your fan support and all of that. That all proved to not be the case. What her home field advantage proved to be an issue, this is in soccer, not in football, but it applies, was in the effect that it had on the referees and the home fans. Their effect on the referees was enough to give a home field advantage to soccer teams. And I think that that's kind of what's happened to an extent, with Patrick Mahomes. It happens, it happens in the NBA all the time, as we know. It happened with Tom Brady. You get this kind of star benefit. So I think that it's also human nature to be aware when you are being watched a little more closely. And so when Mahomes does these things like he does that infuriate people so much, he'll run out of bounds and then he'll slow down just in time, so he'll draw a roughing the passer penalty, or he'll make some kind of move that catches the ref's eye, and then they'll throw a flag. I think that there's going to be a renewed interest in making sure that, okay, look, we're trying to protect the guy, but we're not going to let him use us either, because referees have pride as well. They don't want to be seen as just dupes in this game. So I think that you will see, I think that's a great point, I think you will see just a closer awareness of when Mahomes is actually in trouble and when he might be just playing to the ref's sympathies a little bit.
Do you lean one way or the other with each of the title games this weekend? The Chiefs hosting the Buffalo Bills, so we get Mahomes, Allen again, and then on the NFC side, what a matchup in markets and in that division with the Eagles hosting the Commanders.
Yeah, I love it. I love both of them. I mean, great. There's no combination of these four teams that's not going to produce a great Super Bowl. And think that what you will see is, I think the Buffalo team is pound for pound much better. Not much, I should not say much, but pound for pound better than Kansas City. They just got to make sure that they don't they're not fighting their own demons as well. If they get down 10, 14 points, they can come back from that. They just need to make sure that they keep within themselves. And on the other side of the ball, again, I think that on the other side of the playoffs, I think that the Eagles are the better team than the Commanders, but they're also a chaotic team. And as the Commanders have shown, they can throw some points up on the board in a hurry, and their defense is good enough to hold you off in the short term. So, yeah, both of these are unpredictable. I would lean Bills, Eagles, but I would not be surprised if it was completely the other way.
Well, when's the last time you've seen a rookie quarterback play and execute the way that Jaden Daniels has for the Commanders?
God, I don't know. I mean, the way that I'm not sure. I'm trying to think if I have. I mean, off the top of my head, it was what's that?
Dan Marino?
Yeah, exactly.
Andrew
Dan
Luck?
Marino. I mean, Luck comes to mind, just because he was so good so quickly out of the gate. But and Marino was outstanding. But yeah, I mean, what I love about what Jaden Daniels does is all these last-second wins, all these constant last-second wins. Obviously, that didn't apply with the Detroit game, but the games leading up to that, it was 4 or 5 games where he takes them to a victory in the final possession of the game. That's not something that you can teach. That's not something that you can impart from the outside. That's something that comes from within, the ability to have that stability and that calm, and that's just something that just impresses me on every level.
Man, what a difference you get the quarterback, what it can do for your franchise, your fan base. Maybe Swain's having this conversation in a year with Ben Johnson if he gets everything going right with Caleb Williams. But think about Commanders fans 12 months ago, and before that, the previous couple decades, how they felt to the feeling the Commanders fans have now because of Jaden Daniels and the ownership change as well.
Yeah, you're right. I mean, and the thing is, taking the ownership change out of the equation, even though it's very significant in this case, having the right quarterback to unlock a coach, or unlock a flip that around. Having the right coach to unlock a quarterback is what you want to have. I mean, take a look at Trevor Lawrence down in Jacksonville. He's an elite level potential quarterback, but he's had what, 4 different head coaches. He's not able to. They aren't able to unlock him in a way that Andy Reid and Patrick Mahomes are. The way that Jane Daniels and Dan Quinn and the offensive system there are. So yeah, having the right coach matching up with your quarterback can do wonderful things, and that's what I hope is in store for Chicago. Because I mean, I have way too many Bears friends, Swain included, who really deserve to be talking about something more than how badly the Bears suck these days.
There will be a day where Jay comes on the show to talk about the Bears and the Raiders heading in great directions. That Bears day might be sooner than the Raiders, but again, a day sometime in the future.
At some point, I hope so. Both of those teams have proud legacies, and they deserve better than what they've got right now.
Jay, anything to plug out the door? Again, you covered the title game last night. Good story on Notre Dame and Riley Leonard and the impact he made there. Anything else to let people know about what's happening at Yahoo right now?
I mean, at the moment, I'm just I literally am taking a break today because we were out until 2:30 in the morning. The only thing that I have for salvation is that I didn't have to go through the Atlanta airport like all of my colleagues did. And if you've seen on Twitter, the line stretches probably about to your window there in Knoxville. So all is good for right now, but we'll be right back at it with golf and the NBA and all of that in the next couple of days.
Yeah, I've seen those images. Happy to not be at that airport last night. Jay, always great to have you on the show. Yahoo Sports is where you can read his coverage, his colleagues' coverage as well, yahoosports.com. Thanks, Jay. We'll talk to you again soon.
See you guys.
Jay Busby joining us on the Stanley Fencing and Gates Hotline.
Yeah, those lines were all the way to the varsity, man.
And it's not warm right now in Atlanta,
Yeah.
with the lines kind of
single digits
sneaking
out there.
outdoors. Yeah. All right, we'll come back. Final segment coming up. We have an attaboy to hand out. Thanks to Native Design, which brought us the sleigh ride last hour. One segment to go right here on Josh and Swain.
Drivers who switch and save with Progressive could save hundreds. With that kind of money, you could go big time and switch to the expensive shampoo with amino acids. Sure, you don't know what those are or why you need them, but it sounds very impressive. And if you switch and save hundreds, you can massage it into your scalp every day. Now, if only you can get people to lean toward your head to smell those aminos. Switch to Progressive and you could save big time. For shampoo, Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates, not available in all states. Potential savings will vary.
Our daughter Jessie loves playing detective.
A clue.
But since we discovered she has sensitive skin, we've been playing detective too.
We thought the problem was our puppy.
But it was actually our old detergent.
Aha.
So we switched to Tide Free and Gentle. Tide Free and Gentle provides an excellent Tide clean, and it doesn't leave behind irritating residues like dyes or perfumes, so it's gentle on your skin.
Case closed.
If it's got to be clean, it's got to be Tide Free and Gentle.
A new year, time for those resolutions. How about making resolutions you can actually keep this year? Like eating more wings. More specifically, the wings that changed it all. Big Kahuna Wings not only has the best wings you've ever tasted, they have delicious, fresh, made-to-order burgers, wraps, salads, and oh so much more. In 2025, Big Kahuna's getting even bigger. A new location is on the horizon. Follow us on social to find out more. Big Kahuna Wings, changing your taste buds forever.
It's a new year, time for new goals. At the YMCA of East Tennessee, there's something for everyone to kickstart your journey to health and happiness. From basketball to swimming, weightlifting to yoga, and group classes and childcare, the Y has everything your family needs, all under one roof. With 5 convenient locations in Knoxville, you're never far from a place where everyone belongs. Discover a community that supports you and find the best version of yourself. Join the Y today, where New Year's goals become lifelong habits. The YMCA of East Tennessee, for a better us. Learn more or join online at ymcaknoxville.org.
Hey, East Tennessee, this is Jake Newton at West Knoxville Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram, Knoxville's mega dealer. Thanks to you, we're the #1 new car dealer group in the U.S. again. And that means new year, new deals. New Jeeps up to $24,000 off MSRP and new Ram trucks up to $20,000 off MSRP. Check out our multi-million-dollar pre-owned inventory starting at $4,000. Visit us online or stop by West Knoxville Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram at Walker Springs and Kingston Pike, where the deals are huge.
Do you have jewelry sitting in a jewelry box that you don't wear anymore? It might be time to mix it up. Hi, I'm Andy Lehman with Lehman Jewelers. Jewelry is made to be worn and loved, and if you're not loving what you have, then let's do something about it. At Lehman Jewelers, we have a top-selling consignment department where we showcase and sell the beloved treasures that you don't wear anymore. Or maybe you want to redesign some of the jewelry that you have into your new dream jewelry. We can help you with that too. With over 100 years of experience, our in-house jewelers can redesign and remake your old outdated pieces into the jewelry that you've been dreaming of. With our state-of-the-art repair shop at Laser Welding Technology, the sky is the limit. To get started selling your jewelry on consignment or redesigning them into dream jewelry, stop by one of our 2 locations, in Turkey Creek, in Maryville, or get started online at LehmanJewelers.com. Lehman Jewelers, your hometown jeweler of choice since 1983.
Lehman Jewelers, proud supporter of the Lady Vols.
Let's see, landscapers I can afford. All right, searching affordable landscapers near me. Here we go.
Right here, sir. How can we help?
It's the same ones I saw last time.
Sir, we're right here and reasonably priced. Why is he not seeing us?
It looks like the ugly yard stays.
Sir, can you not see us?
Nope, he can't see you because you're buried deep in the list of local landscapers. You're invisible online. Introducing Cumulus Boost. Get a boost. Get found. Get on the map. Learn more at cumulusboost.com.
They say the best things in life are free. Streaming 99.1, the sports animal proves it.
From the Budweiser studios of The Sports Animal, we are 99.1, The Sports Animal.
Back for the final segment of Josh and Swain. Thanks for being with us today. We'll be back tomorrow at 12 o'clock. Swain, we will have a Tennessee-Mississippi State game to react to. Do not sleep on this game tonight for the Vols. They're back at home. We talk about you want to take care of business at home. Mississippi State is a quality basketball team. They're coming off a big win against Ole Miss. They're 15-3 overall, and last year they went 2-0 against Tennessee. I don't know if this is number one, but off the top of my head, watching a live sporting event, I don't recall watching you be more frustrated than watching the Tennessee-Mississippi State SEC tournament game live last year.
Last year at Harper Volkswagen.
That's right.
I'll never forget that day.
Yep. You were not pleased with how that game went.
No, we're not pleased with the effort and how we came out and played and lack of urgency. But you better have it tonight because this is a must-win. Next game is Auburn on the road. You play Kentucky and Florida next week. You got to get this one. This is a must-win.
Yeah, you've heard it over and over and over again. Man, the SEC is tough. But here's the schedule coming up. Mississippi State tonight, top 25 level team. Auburn, number 1 in the country. Kentucky next Tuesday at home. Florida, you know how good they can be at home. Missouri, which has 2 top 5 wins this season. Then at Oklahoma, top 50 level team. Then at Kentucky. Payback attempt against Vanderbilt February 15th. Plus games still remaining against Alabama and Ole Miss on the road later in the season. So big game tonight. 7 o'clock tip, 6:30 the start of Vol Network coverage.
I kind of feel like we should be at Harper Volkswagen today to do like a redo.
A little payback opportunity?
Yeah, like a little redo versus Mississippi State.
Still swing by.
We can.
Might ask us to leave.
They definitely will ask us that.
Jimmy Dykes on the call, by the way, with the ESPN2 broadcast. So I think that's a good sign. Carl Ravitz and Jimmy Dykes.
He was on the call at Florida too. He was rather aggressive in his critiques of Tennessee that day, which, hey, we deserved it.
Well, he had a lot to criticize.
Yeah, for sure. 100%.
There's a lot to choose from in that game.
Heck yeah.
In that game. So 7 o'clock tonight at Tennessee, Mississippi State. It's a big one, as you've heard before, at the Food City Center. Every day here on the show, we get a chance to hand out attaboys and attagirls before we close out today's show. Let's do just that.
I just wanted to come by and congratulate you on the great work you've been doing.
I like your style. You remind me of a young me.
Failure is not an option.
That boy is good.
Homes, remind yourself, nobody built like you. You design yourself.
Attaboy.
So, Swain, we've seen across the country, it's happening right now in Texas and Louisiana, the hard-hit snow. We dealt with it a couple weeks ago, snow that hit. So this story comes from, I believe, Avon, Indiana. It's a story that involves a pizza delivery man, Connor Stefanoff, and a police officer, Richard Craig. So while responding to the scene of a bus crash, this was January 10th, Officer Craig noticed something remarkable. A young man who was trudging over half a mile through a snowstorm to deliver a pizza. Officer Craig said he saw this happening was in disbelief. The level of dedication and work ethic is so rare, he found. For this young guy at his age, he was just trying to get the pizza to the person that ordered it. The officer struck up a conversation with Mr. Stefanoff, But then what he learned sparked outrage, he said. Stefanoff had delivered a $40 pizza order on foot in the harsh, snowy weather and received a $2 tip for his efforts. Officer Craig said he was so angry, he decided to take action. He recorded a video of Stefanoff, shared it on TikTok. See, this is a positive of how TikTok can help. He posted the video on TikTok, got over 15,000 views in just 12 hours. They started up a GoFundMe campaign with an initial goal of raising $500 to support his dedication and hard work. And the donations, as I check now, have raised more than $28,000.
Delivering a pizza?
That is quite a tip.
Man, I'm gone. somebody give me a pizza. I'm about to deliver a pizza. The moment it starts snowing here in Knoxville.
Connor Stefanoff. Here, I'll order the pizza. You bring it to my house. I'll give you a couple of bucks.
Oh, I'm going to get on TikTok.
I'll film it.
Because it's live again now.
It's back up.
It's back up.
We're going to have live action on that one, Swain.
Oh, man.
So,
Woo.
Connor Stefanoff, he's an employee at Rockstar Pizza. He lives with his grandmother, relies on his job to help support her. And this money, he said, could not have come at a better time to help them with bills and the support that they need. So a police officer sees Connor Stefanoff taking this action. He's outraged by the lack of tip.
Yeah, great story.
And other people hear this story, and they want to chip in to help this guy.
Great story, man.
So, love that.
Story.
People saying, you know what? Let's step up and help somebody out. He did not go out there to earn $28,000, but because he was doing his job, other people decided he should get a lot more than he did.
Man, that's awesome.
So we hand out attaboys and attagirls every day, I would say, to both Connor and Officer Craig for his involvement and everybody else that wanted to pitch in. We hand out attaboys and attagirls every day thanks to Native Design, your local custom pool and hardscape specialist. You can call Native Design, ask any questions, get help at 865-310-3256. They turn ordinary yards into exceptional escapes. You might be trying to escape from the yard, get inside right now, but warmer weather will come soon, I promise. So go ahead and get ready by getting in touch with Native Design. Visit their website, nativetn.com. Swain will be back tomorrow. We'll break down Tennessee, Mississippi State, the rest of the hoops action. I want to give you a little more time for Harrison Bailey bowl game film breakdown, and then we'll get your reaction tomorrow as well.
Yeah, man, it's good news for Harrison. I don't want people to think
I
don't like the kid. I just don't care that he went to Florida. He's third-string quarterback.
I like the text we got, the chompers.
Yeah.
We'll see you tomorrow. Joel Silverberg producing. Thank you. Thank you for hanging out with us here today on Josh and Swain.
Upgrade your outdoor space